All right. Let's see. Everything unmuted. I think we're good. Good morning, everybody. My own Boontog. Magandang umaga. Good afternoon. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Okay, real quick, while everyone's joining, I got a couple things I wanted to talk about real quick. Topics to bring up. Number one, obviously, time change. So I've got a seminar coming up in October that's going to conflict with the time. It's an online course that I'm doing, and so I'll need to step up the time a little bit because I think it's around 10 a.m. I'll have that seminar. So needed to change the time real quick. Um, the other thing I wanted to bring up really quick is kind of contacting me and the best way to do that. As this channel grows and things like that, there's more and more reach and requests for communications from you guys, which honestly, that's awesome. Hey, Joe.
Good morning.
And so the best way to contact me is really through these lives. This is the best way for us to kind of interact, to dive into those kind of bigger questions that you might have. So utilize these lives. Really, they're every week. The time's adjusting a little bit, obviously, but same day every week. So utilize the lives. Another way to get with me is through the comment section. Actually, I don't know if you noticed, but I reply to every comment now. Some comments get blocked depending on language or whatever gets put in there. So, but yeah, comment section is another good way to get me, and I reply to all of those that I see. Another way that's there that I put out is through a Facebook group. Actually, I created a Facebook group called Carefree Chris. I put a little bit on there. I'm not really super active. We're growing a little bit on that, but that's a way to do it. But it's really not as good as the live and the comment section. And then one of the things I'm looking to do for those folks who really just need a conference call, they want to talk about things, they've got some questions, maybe it's too personal, finance, whatever, right? I'm looking to create that. I haven't fully scheduled it out yet or set anything up. I've done a couple of them, and I really do see the need for that, and as people want them, but looking for that in the future. So yeah, just a couple of really quick housekeeping things as we get set up here. So good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good. A little bit earlier, I know, but got a couple things going on. So, yes, Joe, what did you send me, girl? Okay, looks a little blurry. It might be, yeah, let me know what you guys think on the video quality. It actually might be your connection. Yeah, it might be your connection on your side. But how's everyone? Is everyone seeing the video and hearing me okay? How's that all looking? We'll go ahead and get started. We're going to ride like the wind, Joe says. Blurry there too? Okay. All right. Hey, Joe, what you might want to do actually, if it's our internet, let's just see here. Let's do yeah, I'm a bit blurry. Joe, you might want to drop and just, can you shut off that laptop? Just do a shutdown. And so there's no, turn off Wi-Fi. It's possible that could be pulling a little bandwidth. I'm sorry? Yeah, it's not that. It'd be bandwidth related. Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll take a look at that. Let's speed test. Oops. We'll just set up here real quick. Yeah, it looks like I'm pretty good. My download speeds are okay. Not too bad. On the phone looks good. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll take. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I'm doing some bandwidth tests that might be good. It could be. Can you turn that off actually? Okay. All right, cool. All right, great. All right, we'll take a look at that. We'll keep monitoring that though for sure. We'll scroll up here a little bit, get caught back up. Yes, Born to Be Wild. That first song, Ride Like the Wind, I had to look that up. Christopher Cross was the first concert I went to during the 80s. My folks took me to that. So yeah, that was too funny. Too wild. Yes, good morning. Yeah, magandang umaga, mayong buntag, magandang umaga. Good afternoon, good evening. Kali, hey, how's it going? Yeah, hello. How's everything going there? Hope everyone's great. It's interesting being here for so long. Just over 8 months now. I'm really disconnected to what's going on globally. which is great, right? That was really kind of the part of reason to be out here. So yeah, things are kind of I'm kind of hid myself in the sand out here. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. Hope things are going good globally. Yeah, it is a little bit blurry. That could be. Is that can you shut down that laptop of yours?
I turned off the Wi-Fi.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So things are going well. Hope things are going good for you guys. Yeah. Hello, Chris and Joe from Seattle. Hello. How's it going? Yeah, as I'm looking at connectivity rates, I've got really good connectivity. So if something's what it could be is it could be that something's taking a lot of bandwidth, right? Because the connectivity rates were like 40 and so it could be like something like a system like your laptop or something that it's taking a lot of the network. All right, anyways, we'll work on that. Yes, blurry there too. Okay, we'll keep looking at that to see. Yeah, video quality is bad. Yeah, I'm just kind of screwing. Okay. Audio is delayed as well. Can you, yeah, is it off? Okay. Yeah. We'll take a look here. Last week. Okay. All right. We're going to scroll down. We're going to keep rolling just to kind of see how we're doing here. But yeah, we'll hopefully Joe shut off her laptop. Maybe that might have had an impact on it, but we'll take a look. All right. 1 second. Yes, my own Boontog, Chris and Joe. ¿Cómo está? Are you running into crazy people that whole dog is talking about? Video quality is low res. Okay. All right. Am I running into crazy people? I'm actually not. I've here and there. So I'm meeting a lot of people, and which I love. It's great. I've actually been making a lot of new friends, which is really kind of the purpose of this channel, is to make new friends, make new connections, meet new people, as well as document my experience. But 90% of the people, 99% of the people that I've met are actually really great. It's been incredible. I've loved connecting with the people here, and yeah, I mean, I can only think of really actually. I haven't really met anyone that's been somebody that I can't even handle or deal with, or has been like that. I mean, nobody has been on that level, right? It's been really positive. Yeah, I do get starting to get a lot of email, which is I can't manage the email side of it. So that's why I was talking earlier about the lives and using the lives to kind of really as a way to kind of go back and forth and really dive into those topics, as well as the comment section. Know too, though, in a comment section that so the way it kind of works for the creators is we have an interface, the YouTube Studio, that we use for the comment section. So there's a couple filters there. One is the filters that comments that I haven't responded to. So that's what kind of most of us will have on, and we'll see that, right? But as soon as I reply to that YouTube comment, I don't see it anymore. So if you reply back to that comment, I might not see it given the filter set I have. Now, there is another filter set, responses with new replies, but it doesn't necessarily interface well where it only shows ones that I still haven't responded to. It'll show everything. So you just kind of know that about the comments, and it's oftentimes better to just start up a new comment than reply back. And that goes for all channels, right? And it really kind of, you have to dig in as a creator to sometimes see replies. It's a little bit challenging, but anyways, yes, hello both. Been a few weeks. Hey Sean, yeah, I hope all is going well there. Hope all is good. I'm a bit blurry. Okay, 703. Okay, let's just kind of test again the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it might be my connection. It might be a little bit connectivity. How's it looking, Joe, on the phone? How's it looking on the phone? Yeah. Is it bad? Okay. All right. Video quality is bad still, 703. Picture is not so good. Okay. 7 a.m. hammer time. Your voice is coming across, but the video is still blurry. 703. Okay, about 7 minutes ago. Still looking bad now, Joe? Okay. That's unfortunate. Yeah. But definitely blurry image. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's actually, I'm using Globe and I'm not using Wi-Fi. I have a wired connection. So yeah, it's probably something going on. Although the rates look just fine. Like I did a test. I've got 45 down and I got 13 up. So, but that's pretty consistent what I normally have. Yeah, we'll take a look. That laptop's off, right? No. Nope. Yeah. Morning, sound good, but a little blurry. Hey, Mike and Janet, hope you're good there. Hope all is well. Yes. Things are good here today. What do we got going on today? Well, got more. So I don't know if I shared this with a lot of you guys. I've got a little bit of positional vertigo. So it looks like it could be inner ear stuff. So I got some more tests around that. It's actually been a really good experience with the medical system here, and diving into that, and seeing how everything works. So yeah, and overall, it's been great. I feel the treatment I've received is, I think we're working towards a resolution. I would say a lot of the offices, though, I feel like I'm back in the 70s in a lot of ways as far as how the office feels. But yeah, all in all, I feel it's been a good experience towards that. So let's see here. On the phone looks okay. All right, cool. Hey guys, video vid not as usual. The time or the quality? Yeah, we had to change the time a little bit just because of some commitments that I've got coming up in October, that it's going to change it a little bit. But yeah, I actually want to look at your upload speeds, not your downloads. Yeah, Philip, my download speeds are 45. My up is 13. My up is always around 20 or so. So unfortunately, it is what it is. I've looked to upgrade my service here, and honestly, 45 down is more than adequate. It does look like it's a little bit lower, so it might be network related right now. But 45 should still be sufficient down, and 13 up is kind of about what I have typically. So not compared to what I had in the States, which was full fiber, but it's really not that bad. It's really sufficient for most stuff. This would be the first time I've had an issue with the live, but yeah. Yeah, you're okay. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Your audio is delayed as well. Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of a network. Hopefully it works its way out here soon. We'll take a look. Hello, Kristen Joe, my own Boontog from Florida, ABJ. Hope you're good there, man. Hope all is well in the Sunshine State. Yes, good old Florida. Hello from Missouri. We've discovered you last week and have been watching your videos. Hey, just plain fun. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Yeah, really, thanks for watching. It's been a little bit of a challenge, honestly, over the past almost couple months now, month and a half, I would say, just because I like to vlog with the Insta360 camera, and specifically the X3. And when I was in Bentine Island, the camera came off my bike and then scratched it and damaged it. So I'm still trying to work to get that back, so I can use that camera. I'm really a huge fan of that vlogging style, and the GoPro is just it's very uncomfortable for me in that, and my videos I feel really definitely have suffered as a result. But hopefully that gets back soon. I'm a little bit worried about it because right now it's actually stuck in customs. So yeah, so hopefully it comes back soon. Hopefully this week, and when it does, we got some trips that we're looking to do, as well as I've got a ton of content I'm just waiting to put out. I'm waiting for my camera to get back. Maybe Microsoft is pushing an update. Those IT directors are pushing software updates. Yes. Yeah, it could be something. I've actually just restarted my laptop. And that was my thing with Joe's laptop, is that maybe there was something pulling down on her laptop that was kind of chewing up some bandwidth. But, it's hard to say. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. My network connectivity doesn't look too bad right now. I'm looking on Wi-Fi on my laptop, but or on my iPad. But yeah, we'll see if we can get through it here. The tech in me would say to end the live stream and restart it. Yeah, I would think that as well, but yeah, I think it's network related. I think it would cause more chaos than it would solve anything. But yeah, Yeah, let's see if we can get through it. The blurry picture helps cut down on the glare. Yeah, put Joe on it. It will look a lot better if you stay blurry. It's okay. Yeah, video's not good because I can't see Joe, right? Right? Oh, too funny. Viral Chris. I love turtles, Chris. The Philip. Okay. Virtual kid. I love the turtles, Chris. I love the Filipino mangoes. Yes. Aren't the mangoes incredible? Man, love the mangoes here. Coming back on the 9th. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Right around the corner. So I think tomorrow what we'll start to see is Christmas decorations and Christmas music, you know? Yeah. What's that, Joe? Yeah, I can't do anything about it, man. I can't do anything about it.
But you must be frozen
Yeah.
on their end.
So coming back on the 9th, yeah. So we're gonna start to see Christmas decorations and music. Yeah, baby, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but people saying you're frozen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, babe. Coming back on the 9th. Can you? Yeah. Well, totally frozen now, huh? It might not be. Yes. Hey, you guys, is it completely frozen now? Anyone else can? Joe, what do you see? Is it frozen?
Yeah, you're back again.
Okay.
You're not frozen.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, and yeah. Okay. Cool. Are we back? Are we live? Live broadcast. Oh my goodness. Yes. So good. Gotta love the Philippines, right? Gotta run with it. Gotta roll with it. Yeah. It's very blurry. People are referencing. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get through it. Maybe not. Maybe not. I love the Philippines medical system. Much cheaper than my doctor. Yeah. So it really hasn't been that bad. Like I feel like like I said, when the offices you go in, you feel like it's a little bit older environment. It's definitely a lot more modern in Western hospitals. But I feel the care and the coverage, I mean, is right on par. I feel it's just everyone's so friendly. I mean, I just love going in there and uh, being around friendly people and friendly professionals, and it's been great. Yeah, I'm really excited. So what I've got going on later on today, I'm going to a balance center to do some more testing there regarding balance, because the thinking is it's inner ear related. So doing some stuff on that. Jude, hey, Kristen, Joe from Louisiana, how are things going? Well, things are going all right, other than technical difficulties this morning, but yeah, no, things are okay, not too bad. Got waiting, like I said, waiting on the camera, so things have been a little bit of a standstill, you know, with the videos and stuff. We're just kind of putting out stuff with a GoPro, which hasn't been kind of as good, but things are a little bit of standstill. But we're ready for the next chapter for sure. Other than Starlink, are all internet providers in Cebu unreliable? Heard bad reviews about PLDT. Honestly, I have not had, other than this right here, in the 8 months that I've been here, I've had no problems with the internet that I've had. And honestly, if I wasn't live streaming, I wouldn't know if I had any issues anyways, because right now I'm showing my download speeds well above 40. So even if I was streaming full HD content, like watching Netflix or whatever, I don't think I would see any issues here. But yeah, this would be the first time I've had an issue on my live. The bad thing about Starlink is I was watching like Tim K do one of his lives a while back. As he changes satellites, he gets a lot of blips and interruptions. So I don't know if Starlink is a good option either for like this kind of scenario. So, and being in Cebu, we don't even really have power issues. So really, this is kind of the first internet issue that I've had. And even like I said, though, I wouldn't even, if I wasn't live streaming, I wouldn't even know I've got an internet issue, because I've got, like I said, 50 meg download speeds right now. So yeah, I don't know about PLDT. I've actually heard that recently as well. Like some guys have had some problems with them. But I haven't. I've just used Globe, and it's been fine. I think I pay around 1,500 pesos a month for Globe, and let's see what that is. 1,500 pesos It's like $26, a month for my 100 meg service. So yeah, I've had no problems, and I like Globe as a cell provider here in Cebu. It's been a reliable provider as well. So, any trips outside the Philippines? I don't have any trips scheduled for outside the Philippines. I'm well, maybe my visa is good through December, so at that time I might do a trip to like Bangkok. But between now and then, I don't plan on going anywhere. So yeah. 1 second, I'm actually gonna grab this stuff. Is it completely frozen? 7:15. Yeah, about 5 minutes behind. Move this stuff around. Sorry about that. I meant to move that earlier. What I've been doing is cutting up these lives for shorts. So yeah, been kind of recycling a lot of the content, which is it's working well because not a lot of people are able to watch a full, 2-hour live. It's okay. We don't need to see your 4K blurry pic. They use StreamYard. You can actually the best resolution I can get right now is like 720 DPI. You can do 1080, but they charge it twice as much a month for that type of service. Yeah, but 720. I feel for the lives too. It's not too bad. Yes, music starts early out there. Yes, Christmas music yes. So when I did my scouting trip here, I was here at the same time last year, and I was shocked. I was in the mall, we were wandering around, and the Christmas music was starting up, and decorations and all that stuff. So yeah, they start up early here. Yeah, there it goes. It's back now. Yeah, Rich, I think it might be in and out. So hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully we're able to kind of get through it. We'll take a look here. Run another speed test. Yeah, it does look like it's a little bit dragging right this second, but we'll take a look. Hopefully it's good. Okay. Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Okay. Moving again with occasional freezes. All right. What's the house? What we have a house near Tacloban, but plan to scout Southern Leyte, Liloan, when we visit in Feb. Would be awesome to meet you guys. Yeah, we plan on being back in Southern Leyte for sure. Joe's family's out there. We plan on getting out there. I want to stay out for like a month and really kind of explore that entire area. So yeah, we plan on being out there for sure. So would love to hook up. Love to. Yeah, it looks okay now. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's a spike right now. I think something's going on, but yeah, it should be good. Hopefully. Yeah. Was frozen for a bit, but good now. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Yep. Excellent. Chris, you look like Dana White, but much better. Let's go. Yes. Awesome, man. Yeah. I get Dana White a lot. I get Jason Stamos from Joe. When I get like 3 or 4 days worth of growth, I get Jason Stamos. But yeah, that's funny. And of course, Bruce Willis. I did the video. Bruce Willis goes to Jollibee. That was funny. But yeah, it's good times. It's too funny. Gotta love technology. When it's good, it's amazing. But when it goes, it's a bad pain. And Rich, honestly, this is the first time I would have had any issue. And like I said too, I wouldn't have known unless I was uploading, live streaming, because everything's pulling down. I think I would have been fine if I was watching movies and stuff. So I've had no issues, even with power. We'll get bounces of power and things like that, but never. I think the longest power outage that I've had has been less than a minute. So yeah, really the infrastructure, honestly, in that regard has been, really works really well. Gamer, good morning. Yes, my own buntag. Magandang umaga. A weird question. Can you pay with Interac in Cebu where you need cash? I don't know what Interac is, truth be told. I use Gcash a lot to pay my stuff, like my phone bill, my electric bill, my internet. I use Gcash to pay all that stuff. I don't know what Interact is. Have you heard of Interact, Joe? Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. My plan would be an open account in the Philippines bank and transfer money from Canada to the Philippines to make things easier. Yeah, So you can do that. And I'm actually struggling a little bit with setting up a bank account. I've been here 8 months now. It's something I'm actively looking. I've tried at a couple of banks now, and none of them will let me set up a bank account with my ACR card. And even though I've been here for 8 months, so it is something I'm actually kind of looking at myself. So I'm going to actually go back out to JRC Visa Consulting and use them to see if there's a different ACR card I can get. It says tourist, but anyways, so I'm actively looking at that as I'm struggling myself to set up a bank account. What I do now is I just transfer myself cash through Remitly. I send myself cash, and I also use Wise to like fund my Gcash and things like that. So with a combination of Gcash, Wise, and Remitly, I pretty much pay all my stuff with those three tools. But I'm definitely looking to get a bank too. And then what I could do is use Wise, which has really the best transfer, the exchange rate. Use Wise to transfer money between my United States banks to my Philippines bank. So, but struggling a little bit to get that set up, unfortunately. I have a PLD fiber for years now. Excellent, some issues. I'm totally satisfied with your performance. We had a 14-day dropout after a major tail fund in 2019. I was talking to some guys recently, though, that said they were having some issues with PLDT. Similar. They had no problems at all, and then they had some issues. So, but yeah, I'm just running another speed test now. Yeah, it looks like, man, yeah, it's really slow. So it's not me. It's network related. So I could reboot till the sun came up, and it wouldn't solve any problems. So hopefully, yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like it's a little bit, might be a little bit slow. Yeah, but like other than that, I'm a fan of Globe. I think that they're doing good. Now, some guys, they actually do dual SIMs for their phone service. They'll run Globe in their phone and then run Smart, which is the other major provider. And between the two of those, they get coverage everywhere. I have not had any coverage issues with Globe. Yeah, I've not had any coverage issues with Globe so far as traveling out. But yeah. Let's see, Glenn saying, I highly recommend taking a peek. I highly recommend taking a peek at Zippar if you're interested in Japan. Okay. Cloudo is beautiful in winters and snowy. Okay, cool. Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, no, I plan on traveling a lot through Southeast Asia, hopefully, as time kind of goes. And there's so much here to see in the Philippines, right? Like I feel like I've got 2 lifetimes to travel around here. But yeah, eventually I hope to get around other parts of Southeast Asia, get out to Japan, definitely get out to Thailand. I want to get out to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, potentially Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. I mean, just a lot of places to go see, I feel, right in this area. I asked a few streams ago about paying bills while away from home. Do you know if Gcash works if you're out of the country? My plan is to have a base somewhere in Southeast Asia and then travel. Thanks. Yeah, I think the only requirement with Gcash would be some kind of network connectivity, right? But to set up the Gcash account, you will need a Philippines phone number. So you'll need that Philippines phone number, and then so that account will need to be active, right? But yeah, I would think the only thing to use, the requirement to use Gcash once you have the account set up, is network connectivity. So yeah, I think should be able to do that anywhere, right? If that makes sense. So let me know, John. It's a great question. Well, spank my arse and call me Shirley. I just realized you're alive. Hope you're well. Yeah, Dean, I'm doing well. So I did have to change the live a little bit for some upcoming schedule conflicts for in October. So we're going to kick things off at 7 a.m. Manila time. And so, yeah, it should be good. And I don't know, we're probably a little bit early. I would suspect down the road, October, November, the time change. We'll cross that road when we come to it. I don't think I'm going to change the time at all. I think it'll be 7 a.m. Manila time throughout, regardless of daylight savings or not. But yeah, it started a little bit earlier today. What was the process like to get a Philippines driver's license? Can you apply before 90 days? I don't think there was a 90-day requirement. I believe you can apply at any time. So it was a little bit of a problem getting my license just because I didn't have everything that I needed. So you want and I would actually, given the challenges that I had with all my visas, that doing it sooner versus later might be easier. So one of the problems that I had was I didn't have, so every time I go to JRC, I get a piece of paper, my visa, and I clip it to my passport. I didn't have one of them with me. And I didn't realize early on that I needed to keep, once I get it refreshed, that these pieces of paper I can, discard. Don't do that. Even though you have a new visa, keep all the old stuff, right? So that's kind of what happened for me. Luckily, I didn't throw it away or anything. I just didn't have it with me. So, but yeah, your visas, your ACR card. So yeah, I think you will need your ACR card. So you'll have to, and your ACR card does take a little bit to get. So it might be around the 90-day mark where you get that. I did have my driver's license, and I can't remember everything else. My passport, of course, things like that. So yeah, you can check it out. And then you'll have to do the medical physical, which is really easy to do. If you're coming here to Cebu, you'd want to go out to the SM Seaside Mall. Everything's right there. You can go get your physical right there. You can get your driver's license, and just be ready to kind of go back and forth, which is a pain because there's a lot of people in there doing it. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I feel like once you have all the paperwork in order and you have your copies, so you want your copy of your driver's license front and back. I had a copy of my ACR card front and back. I had a copy of all my visa receipts, and then a copy of my passport. So once you have all that, and then two, just finding where to get copies, right? It can be another challenge because most of us don't have copies or printers or all that. So if you're here in Cebu again, there's a place called Maze. It's a store, really cool store actually. They got vinyl records and a lot of stuff in there. It's on the second floor of Ayala Mall, right outside the metro, kind of in that area. Really great store. It's also where I printed my driver's license, my license plate. But they can do copies for you there at that store. So yeah, I hope that helps. But yeah, I'm glad I got my license, and now I don't actually have the plastic license. I have a paper license. And then I think it was October. They said we'll actually have a printed license. So yeah, pay for streaming. I'm pretty sure OBS Studio can stream it for free, open source. Yeah. So I use StreamYard. I pay for the premium version of StreamYard. Kind of given it wasn't too bad. It was like, I think around 200 US for the year. And it allows me to stream. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have a silly logo in the top of the screen. Like I said, I'm repurposing these lives. I probably won't be able to repurpose this one. But, it was just worth for me to have a little bit better quality on the live stream. So I went with StreamYard in the kind of the paid version. They do offer, like I said, another version above this. I can't remember how much it was. And I could still upgrade if I wanted to. And I might, considering that I'm actually using these lives for YouTube Shorts. But I don't know. We'll see. I like StreamYard. They make it simple. They make it easy. There's a couple of nuances that I wish I could do. But for the most part, I'm really happy with the service. Edrets, hey, what's up? Great to see you happy and having fun with Joe. Life starts at 59 and a half. I hear you, man. Oof, I hear you. Yeah, that's my game too, is trying to get to 59 and a half and still be here in the Philippines. I'm barely on track. But I hear you, man. I hope you get here soon. I hope 59. I hope your birthday is in another couple months. Or you're already there and you're kind of counting the days kind of deal. But yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, thanks for being there. Appreciate it. Dana White, I just noticed the resemblance and someone pointed it out. I get Uncle Festa or Homer Simpson. Is that what you get? Oh, that's great, dude. Yeah, good. Well, with Netflix and the popularity of Wednesday, Uncle Fester's not such a bad thing, Dean. And here, shoot, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter at all. Just being a good guy, that's really what matters here the most, as far as finding partnership and stuff like that, which is what I love, dude. It's really good in that way. Yeah. So just want to check into how we looking video wise, Joe. Still kind of bad. All right. Well, we're just gonna have to run with it, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. It's nothing I could really do outside my control. I apologize. What's your number one tip for riding a motorcycle in the Philippines? Also, what are some of the The must-have accessory equipment. All right, great question. What is the number one tip? You know, so from a Westerner, I don't know where you're at, Philip. If you're in Europe, you're probably a lot more used to lane filtering than most Westerners are. If you're coming from the United States, it's a big adjustment from lane filtering, lane splitting. That's a big adjustment for us. And someone, as I was riding around on that thumbnail that I put on there was from a group ride that we did, and someone pointed this out too, which I think is consistent with the United States, and saying you can almost be, if you're too defensive of a rider, you become a road hazard and a hazard to yourself. So, you really have to go with the flow. And I think that's number one advice for anything, whether you're a motorcyclist or you're coming here to live. You really just have to go with the flow and just adapt to the riding situation that's around you or the living situation around you, right? So if people are lane filtering and things like that, you kind of have to go with it. Like I said, I think that's number one advice for anyone coming here. Must have accessories, equipment. I moved to an open face helmet. I had a full face helmet. I just think it's too hot for a good helmet, a showy helmet. So that was a number one equipment. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my GPS working here. I'm struggling with getting the Garmin to update the file so that it's got Philippines maps. That would be phenomenal if I had my Garmin Zumo GPS working, but I don't. So I'm using my iPhone with downloaded Google Maps. That's another tip I feel for anyone coming here. Download Google Maps and then get the application for your phone. But then also go in there and grab the offline maps, so that way you've got maps no matter if you're connected or not. I think that's another really big tip for motorcyclists for sure, but just really anyone. Yeah, I think those two things, Philip, are kind of what I'm thinking about. And, I think of the other thing too, as a motorcyclist, know that it's a big riding community out here. I mean, you've got a lot of people who only ride two wheels. And so there's all these groups, there's these really big communities. I've got hooked up with a Royal Enfield community, which I was never part. I rode by myself 90% of the time in the United States. So there's big riding communities out here, which is great. I love that. I love that part. Yeah, great question though, Philip. How's the sound insulation in Cebu? In my first apartment back in New Jersey, it was luxury, but I could hear my neighbors' every conversation and everything else you can imagine. So Glenn, where I'm at, I don't really hear my neighbors at all. Joe's every now and then will hear a slight knock or whatever and things like that. But for the most part, I don't hear anybody. And there are people on either side of me, and I don't know about above and below me, but the place I'm in is really good, I feel. Now, is that every place? No, not at all. And, I think noise pollution is one of the big factors coming from the West that we have to deal with here. And it's interesting because you hear it on both ways, right? You'll hear about people coming here and like, wow, there's like noise everywhere. And then you'll hear it on the flip side where you'll have Filipinos go outside and they'll be like, I can't believe how quiet it is, right? So it is something we have to deal with. And I think it's a huge factor in picking your place, picking your living environment, because you really want to, and it's hard to know before you actually get there, what are my neighbors like? Do I got, Gio, right? He's got all the barking dogs in his area and, karaoke machines and things like that. So that's a great question and a huge factor and something we really need to consider as we're coming here. But where I'm at, no, I don't have really any problems. The other thing I have, being a motorcyclist, Glenn, I actually have riding earplugs that they fit really well, so I can sleep with them and they won't come out. I've not had to use them yet, but that's another kind of tip or a strategy that you could use around that. But yeah, karaoke, roosters, all that deal, loud neighbors, it's very much a factor here. Yeah. BJ, I plan to be in your neighborhood in about 2 weeks. You're great to meet up with you guys if you'll be around. Yeah, BJ, we should be. We could be out, right? We could be out and about. We are planning on going to Bohol and Siquijor. We are waiting for our camera to arrive, but a lot of that is weather dependent. So, we made some mistakes in Bintan Island where we weren't really in tune with the weather. So we went up there anyways and traveled, and we just had a rainy experience, which we're like, yeah, we're not going to do that again. So we're really watching the weather, and this time of year you kind of have to anyways, because typhoons are building constantly off to the east. So and they are right now. But so we could be here, but we could also be on the road. But let us know, dude. Let us know what's going on and when you're being around. That'd be really awesome to hook up, man. Would love to. Would love to. We met a lot of people recently, a ton of people, which has been great. Hey, Chris, is the Wise app popular for payment in the Philippines? I don't use it to pay. I use it to transfer money. To pay stuff, I use Gcash. And Gcash is really great. There's not much like it in the United States. So restaurants will have Gcash things where you basically, it's a QR code that you can take a picture and then it'll launch your Gcash and then you can pay right there. So some restaurants have Gcash. And then, of course, like I said, too, I use a Gcash to pay my electric bill. I pay my phone bill and my internet. I'm also using Gcash to fund my Grab. Now, what Grab is it's kind of like Uber, but you can also do, yeah, so you could do Uber Eats and all that stuff with Grab. So, and I'm using Grab a lot more now, too. I'm really becoming a big fan of Grab. It's a little more expensive, right? So, let's say you spend $100 for a taxi ride. It might be 160, or not $100, 100 pesos for a taxi ride. It might be 160 pesos with Grab. So, but whatever. I mean, that's maybe $1 more. But I feel the convenience sometimes is there, and not always, but there are definitely times where I'm like, yeah, this is a Grab moment. Let's get Grab. And then there's other times where it's like, yeah, we'll just grab a taxi. So, and in those instances where it's more convenient, like, so, if it's 5 o'clock and rainy, you're not going to find a cab anywhere, so it might be better to just do Grab. But if you're like, if you're in the mall and it's, not a busy time or whatever, sometimes it's just better to grab a cab. So the other thing I really like about Grab is that your destination is set. So, because sometimes you get in the cab and you can spend a couple minutes trying to tell the guy where you're trying to go. So with Grab, I like that the destination is set and you hop in and go. The other thing I really like about Grab is you don't have to worry about having the right change or having any of that stuff in your pocket. So I'm becoming more and more a fan of Grab. And so Grab doesn't work everywhere, but it does work here in Cebu and Manila, so in some of the bigger cities. I don't know if it works in Davao City. I don't think it works in Dumaguete. And that's an interesting thing that someone just brought up about Dumaguete recently too. I don't think it works there, but there's no taxis there. So you're pretty much getting around by tricycle in Dumaguete, which, whatever, that's fun, especially initially. But after a couple months, you probably get a little bit old riding around on a trike. But yeah. Banks are hesitant to open accounts for tourists. Yeah, I'm seeing that, and I'm struggling a little bit. I've been to a couple now, and I'm been here 8 months. I've got my ACR card, and yeah, I really like to open up a peso account, because then what I could do is I could transfer money directly, with really no time at all and no time delay. Now I wait like 5 days, and I'm using an application called Remitly, which doesn't give me the best exchange rate. So I'm really hoping I can open up that account. But if I don't need to, I've been here 8 months without one. So yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate it. Sorry again about the video quality, guys. I get it might be bad throughout this. So I hope it improves, but there's not much I can do, unfortunately, on that. I've got a wired connection. So, and it looks like it might be a globe issue, not so much a home issue. My own Boontog, Maga Hagala. Yes. Good morning, John. Hope you're good there, brother. Welcome back. It was just in Bantayan Island. Hope things are good back here for you. Let's see. Truth be told says I saw RII for a cash transfer to. I guess I need to go pick up the money at an RII location. That is a bit confusing. Yeah. So I use Remitly. And I can go, there's a bunch of locations I could go to. I just go to BDO Bank. It works out well for me. Yeah. Yep. And plus, depends on where you live. Some buildings have paper thin walls and some have sound insulation. Yep, definitely. Yep, definitely. And it's a big factor, man. We got to be careful. I wish there was a way we could stay a couple nights in a place before we sign the lease. But, what I plan on doing, so my lease expires here coming up in the next, in December. So I do plan on hanging out in the neighborhood at night and just seeing how much karaoke I hear and things like that. But yeah, it's a challenge. Why not pull cash from an ATM with an American bank USAA has worked for us on our visits. Yeah. So so this is the default method that a lot of guys use. They really do. They just use ATMs, whether if it's a Schwab account where you don't have fees or whatever, right? I think my US bank, I don't have, I could do one or two ATMs for free. And a lot of guys do exactly that. Couple problems, right? Right with that is one, if you might not have free ATMs, so you're going to pay a fee. And then two, the ATM has a limitation, maybe 10,000, maybe 15,000, whatever. So you can only draw out that much at a time. And then three, maybe the ATM works, maybe it doesn't work. There's some fluctuation with that, and so to me, I've never had to use the ATM. I've never have. So, and I've stayed away from it. I've got a Schwab account that I can withdraw from free, but the limitations are kind of there. And then you're standing in an ATM machine and you're in line, and I don't know. The Filipino couple there, they got scammed at a couple of ATM machines with a reader, so their accounts were locked out. I haven't needed it. I really haven't. It hasn't been an issue. So yeah. Let's see here. Because card expire, not sure in Canada would ship the card to the Philippines. My credit card. Yeah. No, that's another good point. So what you want to do before you come out here, anything with an expiration date, refresh it. Anything, right? Driver's license, passports, credit cards, all of that stuff. Before you come out, refresh those. So that way they're all good. And you're right, because that could be a challenge of getting your stuff shipped out here. I do know guys that have gotten cards shipped out here. But yeah, just refresh them before you come out. Yeah, Gcash overseas. Yes, good evening, Chris and Joe. Yes, how's it going off the cuff? Yeah, sorry about the connectivity issues if they're still going on. I apologize. It does look like Globe's having some network issues this morning. Run a quick test again here. But yeah, might be a little bit laggy, so I apologize. Although I'm still showing good upload rates, but yeah. What happened when someone is in a car or truck that hits you on your bike? Oh, not again, right? Is insurance required over there? So, Scott, great question. So you get your insurance as part of the registration. So yeah, it's part of the registration. So it's there, and you can get extended insurance if you want. I believe there was a company called Standard that I was referred to. I have not signed up for anything like that yet. I do plan on it, as well as health insurance. I do plan on moving my health insurance over. Right now I'm using Safety Wing, which a lot of people have said they've had some problems with that. I thankfully I haven't needed it. All the medical stuff that I'm doing right now has been out of pocket, and it's been really cheap. I think I've spent like the one test that I had to do was around 4,000 pesos, which, let's take a look at what that is. Yeah, it's like $71 it was like an hour-long extensive ear test that, but for the most part, I'm just paying out of pocket on stuff. And it's, we went yesterday. It was actually, the office visit was free. So yeah, but insurance is part of your registration in general, Scott. Yeah, phone antennas for overseas accounts are expensive. They add up over time. Absolutely. I've been avoiding that. That's one of the reasons why I just want to open up a Philippines peso account here. So that way I can transfer money directly in and then just withdrawal out. So I can get better exchange rates and the more timely transactions. Using the Remitly to wire myself cash, it takes about 5 business days, and then I got to go sit in the bank and for an hour and then get that money out. So it is a little bit of a problem, but whatever. I just send myself 100,000 at a time, and then that lasts a while. So yeah, I'm coming for 4 weeks and I've been wondering what car insurance is available for rental car. Yeah, what car insurance for rental car? So I would actually check with your current auto policy and ask them if it covers you overseas. So my understanding is that your auto insurance will cover that, but reach out to them and see if there's any additional coverage you might want to take on too. But reach out to them, Scott, and see. And then your rental agency, when you're renting, might have some additional coverage too. But I would check first, Scott, with your local policy to see what they cover for you, brother. 7 a.m. I don't know The only way you might see me up at that time is if I was out with the lads, Jack, Jim, Johnny, Sam. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Oh, too funny. You know, what's been weird for me is I get up at 5 in the morning. I am up at 5. And today I was actually up at like 4:30. But yeah, I'm up early. I don't I'm up with the sun here. You know, that's the sun is up at like 5:30 or so and then sets around 6. So but yeah, I'm up pretty early. And that's without an alarm. I'm just up. Hey Chris, you receive your other no, I have not, man. It's stuck in customs. So a little bit of a disappointment, honestly, with Insta360 and the time it's taken. So right now my camera is stuck in customs, and I'm actually concerned I might not get my camera. So I might be buying a new camera, which is so unfortunate because um, you know, if an X4 comes out in October and I just bought a new X3, I'm going to be pretty peeved. But my camera is still stuck, and it's really been a big impact. It's been a big because I'm just not comfortable with this camera vlogging with it. I don't like the how it is at all. So, anyways, yeah, it's been a struggle, and my channel has struggled as a result. You know, it's been flatlined since my X3's been gone. So, I am hoping, and then when it does get back, man, I've got a ton of videos lined up. I got this El Corazon area that Joe and I went to, absolutely loved it. An area really cool. John introduced us to that really cool area right along the water. All these eateries and restaurants, beautiful sunset right here in Cebu. So, and then of course Sikihor, back to Bohol, lots of trips coming up. So, but unfortunately, the camera is still. It's on its way back. They shipped me a new one, but it's stuck in Angeles City in customs, and so we'll see. I'm hoping to get it here soon, though. When I got told I looked like Hunker Fester, Homer Systems, I cheeky said, I know, I'm bringing sexy back. You know what, though, Dean? It's not an issue here, brother. It's not, man. It's not an issue at all. You know, if you got a good heart, you're a good guy, you'll be just fine here, brother. I'm telling you. Yeah. October 21st, beer steins will be clanking. Leave for Thailand in November. I hope to be in Cebu area mid-December. All right, man. Yeah, well, good for you. Congratulations. Yeah, Thailand first and then coming here. I know a lot of guys who do that same deal, man. They come to Thailand, they hang out for a little bit, they come out here, just kind of compare. There's a lot of comparisons between the two. I think both are incredible destinations. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. You know, we can go into that too at some point if you guys want. But yeah, you know, ultimately here, what gets people here in the Philippines are the people, just the incredibly friendly, loving, kind people, and then English, you know. But yeah, good luck, brother. That's good for you, man. That's great. Which areas have you visited the least light pollution? I want to see the stars when I visit. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, AJ, great question. And it is a factor. Obviously, when you're here in Cebu, you're going to have a lot of lights. Comodos Island was pretty great for seeing the stars, I felt. There wasn't a lot of lights at all in Comodos, really primitive. I think anywhere, you know, even in Cebu, you get out an hour or so in any direction, you're going to be just fine. Especially when you get up in elevation a little bit. What were the stars like in West End, Joe? They were pretty good, weren't they? Yeah. So yeah, I think you're just getting out a little bit, and then I think you could see some stuff. But surprisingly, the stars there was one place, I can't remember where I was, that the stars were unbelievable. Maybe it was Little One when we were there on the beach hut. That was pretty good stars there. But in Colorado, the stars were really, really bright too, up in the mountains. So, but there was one place in particular that they were exceptionally bright. I'm trying to remember where that was. But yeah, the stars are pretty good. Not as bright as I would think they would be, but there were a couple spots that were really, really amazing. And it might have been Camotes actually. When we were out on Camotes, the stars were pretty intense out there. Am I right thinking that Grab is an American app or an app that's popular in the U.S.? Grab's actually a Southeast Asian app here in Philippines. I don't know if it works in Thailand. It might also work in Thailand. But no, Grab, Dean, is one that's here. In the United States, it's Uber, which is the same deal. And they have Uber Eats and Uber that. And same with Grab, right? You can order food and you can get a bunch of services there. Another app that I found that that was really awesome, that I thought was a great idea that they have here, is Lala Move. It's LA Move, and it's like Uber, but for movers. What a incredible idea that is! So we use them because we opened up a storage unit in Storage Town. Another great thing that we got, and just kind of store my suitcases, a couple of big items like that. And it was what I think 14,000 for the year, so just over 1,000 a month pesos. And but anyways, this application Lala Move was awesome. Just like Uber, you like, all right, I need a small SUV. I've got 3 or 4 boxes or whatever, and then you can set up the time, and then they find you a driver, a mover. Guy comes by and then takes your stuff and moves your stuff over. And we rode with him over to the storage thing, but that was really awesome too. But yeah, Grab's here, Southeast Asia, similar to Uber. All right, truth be told, okay, Grab and Gcash can be used on your phone. That's good. Yes, yeah. So the question is, those when you're out of the country, will those still work? And I would think if you got an active Philippines phone number and network connectivity, I would think that would be the only requirements, no matter where you're at. Yeah. Hey, Chris, do you know Regular Guy on YouTube? I don't know him personally. I do know of his channel. I used to watch a lot of it. I actually don't really watch a lot of YouTubers here in the Philippines anymore since I've been here. There's a couple of guys that I like and that I watch, but I haven't watched a lot of his content in a while. But yeah, dude, I know him. I never met him. We tried to hook up when he was out here, but unfortunately it didn't work for him or whatever. We were both going to meet at Sunshine's meet and greet, and then he wasn't able to attend. But yeah, I do know who he is for sure. Let's see here. Timothy's asking, I have an international driver's license through 2025. Is there really any benefit for getting a Philippines license if it's only paper and good for checking into hotels? Yeah, Tim, I'm not sure on that. If you have an international driver's license, which is valid, I think you'd be all right. I think it opens you up to like the banking and things like that. If you were living in the Philippines, I would say, yeah, I would go ahead and get a Philippines driver's license. I think you're less likely to get questioned too if you get pulled over, and things along those lines. So yeah, I mean, I would get one if this is home for you, for sure. I would get one. And, with the international driver's license, good through then, you should be okay too. But if this is home for you, Timothy, I would go ahead and get one. Why not, right? Just makes it easier, I think, on some things. Sean, you've never looked better. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. We got back into running. We've been working out, both Joe and I, right? So we've been doing some stuff, getting back in the gym and running. So we've been eating, we've both been eating and putting on some weight. I still like eating whatever the heck I want. Like, we'll go get ice cream. We'll go get, this avocado. Gosh, John, my buddy John, right? He's a huge foodie, and he's going to be starting a YouTube channel on all the food stuff here in Cebu. So get ready for that. I think it's going to be a really good channel. But he's been introducing me to food, and I've been, the food here is great, by the way, guys. I don't know why everyone makes a big deal on the food. There's really good food here. But one of the things that I've been getting is this avocado cream pie. And I know it sounds gross, it sounds whatever, but I'm telling you, it is magical. It is magical. I love it. It's like it looks like a key lime pie. It looks avocado, it's green, right? But it's not as sour or sweet. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not kind of a sour key lime. Really good, really smooth, man. Let's go get some avocado cream, man. Let's go. I'm addicted. Yes, my own Boontog Joe, my own Boontog. Magandang umaga.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I really hope the internet stuff is fixed, guys. I apologize if it's not. I'm sorry for the 54 people who are here right now dealing with it. Salamat. Thank you. Just for fun. Random question. With a 300 or 400cc bike for 2 people, good for road tripping through the Philippines? I'm leaning towards the Ninja 400 or maybe the Yamaha R3. Just plain fun. Great question. And it's really interesting because if you're coming from the West, you're used to these mid-size to larger size motorcycles. Here, those motorcycles are not at all practical. You want something 500cc and below to get around. You're going to be lane filtering. You're going to be driving between traffic. You're going to be driving on small, narrow sections of the road, especially in the city. You're never going to get out of first gear. I say all the time, having a bigger bike is like having a Ferrari on a go-kart track. It's pointless. It's worthless, right? So definitely you want the smaller CC bikes, without a doubt. Lighter, agile, maybe even a dual sport. But would a Ninja or an R3, I think you're going to be uncomfortable in that sport bike riding position, right? I think, I do think, this CB500X is a great machine. Some of the bigger scooters, Honda ADV 160, Honda ADV 350, Yamaha NMAX, some of these bigger scooters, if you're okay with a scooter, I'm not good on a scooter. I'm not really comfortable on a scooter. I mean, that could change. I think I could adapt and get to it. I love motorcycles. I love the clutch. I love the motorcycle experience. So for me, the Hunter 350 is a great machine. I'm actually really, really interested in the Himalayan 450. I mean, man, I think that's a great bike if it comes out, because it opens you up to do some more off-road stuff here in the Philippines. Look, I mean, the roads that I've been on are really great, but there's also a lot of dirt roads, these back roads that are there, and I think that just really opens up that as a way to explore around. The other thing that I'm struggling with is luggage. So getting a bike that is luggage friendly, either with panniers or options, is also is a big factor. So you want to look at that, especially with 2UP. But yeah, I would, the Honda CB500X, I think it's the CB500X. That looks like a great machine. The Royal Enfield 450, the Himalayan 450, if that comes out, that could be another good machine. Triumph has just released a couple of 400cc machines. I think those are coming out here in the next couple months. Those could be really good Philippines machines. There's a 500, I think, what's that? The Honda 500, CB500 something. Kind of these what do you call it? Not the cafe racer, but more of a scrambler. Anything scrambler would be good, because then you could do a little bit of off-road, which you're going to have here. So the 411 scrambler could be good with Royal Enfield. I just feel like those are a little bit underpowered. So that's kind of the thing you want to look at, right? Is how much is it going to be too underpowered for having 2UP? So I would think that 400 to 500cc range is the ideal. Yeah, great question. Let's see. A friend moved to Cebu a few years ago, had a Philippines bank account, had a military transfer. He was so frustrated by all the questions. He would go in the bank. Yeah, he would go in the bank to withdraw money. Yeah. So the nice thing about, Scott, if you had that Philippines account, is you could also get your debit card there, so you could just go anywhere and get money. You wouldn't necessarily have to go in. I have to go in now and get money when I go. So I'll wire myself cash, and I have to fill out all this paperwork every time. But I go to the same spot every time, so they know me now. But yeah, it is a little bit of a headache. But what I'm hoping to do, if I can open up that peso account, is then I would never have to go into a bank. I would just use Wise to move money from my U.S. account to my Philippines peso account, and then just use a card there to pick up cash whenever I need it. So yeah, but I hear you. Yep. Hello, Joe the Latanya, Mayom Boontog. BJ says hello. How are we looking, guys? How's the video looking, Joe? Still the same, no change. Sorry, guys. I apologize for you people who are here. Salamat. Yeah. Yes, Dean says hello. How's the cardiologist out there? Well, Glenn, I think in Cebu, so there's two areas that you want to be in, Glenn. If you have some medical concerns, you're going to want to be in Cebu, and you're going to want to be in Manila. I think Cebu is great if you like a little bit of a smaller town. If you're coming from New York or LA or London, I think you'd be fine in Manila. But if you want a little bit smaller town, I'd come to Cebu. Cebu's got it's got some Western hospitals, no question. Cebu's Doctors Hospital, the Changwon Hospital, nicknamed the Chinese Hospital, whatever. That is another really good hospital. I think those two in particular are your options here in Cebu, and I think you would just get as good as coverage as you would in the West. Yeah, yep. Oh, I just remembered Globe was fixing their area coverage from internet yesterday. Service was down right before you and I had coffee. All right. Globe's got some issues. Thanks, John. I appreciate that, brother. Otherwise, I'd be restarting and having the same problems again. I quickly looked. It looked like it was a Globe issue and not a home issue. So thanks for the update on that, brother. Appreciate that. 7:48, 8:04. So I'm a little bit behind on time. Not too bad, sir. Your personality is bright as the moon, and you give me hope. Thank you, Rirana Keys. I love that. Oh, dude, I'm so that way. What was that movie? From the early 70s where it was the Frog Prince. Remember the Frog Prince? Oh, that's so funny. Why do you pay fees when transferring money, and how are the fees charged and calculated? What do you pay for fees? So I think, BJ, when I transfer money using Remitly, I think it costs me around 4 or 5 US. But the problem with Remitly is they don't give you the best transfer rates. So let's just look here. I'm going to look at the last money that I sent to myself. And more details. Yeah, I don't think it's not showing me all the information on here as far as what it cost me. Okay, so here we are. So I transferred 100,000 pesos, which was 1,800 US. Oh, so the exchange rate was 55.16, right? So let's look. But I didn't do this. I did this on the 12th. So I did this a while ago. I don't know what the rates are. So I don't know. So the problem is with this is I don't know what the rate was that day. But it was it's 55. My exchange rate is 55 pesos. They charged me $5, $5 US. And that money will last me a long time, right? So it's 100,000 pesos. It's 1,800 US. And the fee was $5. Now the problem with that though too is it took 5 business days, which whatever, right? You just don't let yourself get down to your last couple of pesos, and you're good. And that's what I like to do. Now, granted, also too, BJ, right, and others, you're going to want a secure location, you know, and you don't want to be carrying that around with you everywhere. So anyways, and I don't carry that money with me all the time and things like that. But I don't carry that much money with me at all. I probably carry maybe 5,000 pesos with me, and a debit card. You don't bring everything with you. You never bring your passport. Leave your passport at home. And then carry a credit card if you need. I carry a credit card. I carry my ACR card, and that's really about it. And then cash. Everything else I keep secure. Right? Yeah. Good question. I get mostly Chris Maloney. Not sure. I don't know. Oh, is that who I look like? Dean BJ, good here. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Joe. Thanks for being here, Joe. Sorry again, guys. I'm a little bit blurred. Hope it's. Yeah, I think it's a bigger issue with Globe that they're having right now. If you go between Dumaguete and Valencia, or even Valencia, you'll see the stars you want to see. All right, Greg. Yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah, appreciate that. And I notice here too when I get out, that might have been where it was. Greg, thanks for jogging my memory, as people point out. Joe tells me my age and date and where I live, but yeah, when we went up to Miss Mountain Resort, beautiful. Got up in the mountains, beautiful stars. You get up a little bit out of the light pollution, and you can see them. Glad you're doing well, Joe. Yes, Joe is great. We're doing really good here. We're both running. We're both taking a really active, healthy lifestyle, other than eating avocado cream pie every day and then gelato in the evening, But other than that, we're eating well. We're actually starting to cook more at home. Joe is going to teach me what am I going to learn how to make?
Nilagang baka.
Yeah, I have no idea what she just said, and there's no way I can repeat it, but she is going to teach me how to make some Philippine dishes. We are going to be putting that on video, guys. It is going to be hilarious. I'm like Chef Boyardee. If it's a microwave, I'm good, but outside of that, I'm not so much of a cook. But we're going to be cooking at home. We're going to be doing some fun stuff coming up. Yeah. Have I always been such a positive, upbeat person, or did the Philippines help with that? Kim, great question. Yes, I have been. I've was nicknamed Rainbows and Unicorns guy. But also too, Philippines has kind of brought it back. Like my family, my sisters have commented that they've never seen me happier. It's been a long time. So I Look, I believe that happiness is a choice, and knowing that I'm choosing my way of being, why not choose something that's fun and exciting and whatever, right? So, but yeah, I've always been that way, and you know, this environment pulls for a happy Chris, right? It pulls for happiness for me, and I think a lot of us foreigners, it pulls for us to be in a good space where we've got companionship, where we maybe didn't have. We've got financial freedom, which we might not have, right? So there's just some really big factors here that pull that out for us. And so, yeah, yes, it's part of who I am, but also I think part of the Philippines. Great question, Kevin. Yeah, great question. Thanks for asking that, because it makes me present to it as well. You know what I mean? So cool. Running. I can't run from the bus. Well, Dean, what you can do is you can get out here and get a place with a pool, brother. Go swimming. Do that kind of deal. Get yourself maybe a little bit in the gym or whatever. But swimming, you know, you could probably do that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, get out in the pool and try to do that. You could, things are so affordable. You could hire a coach to come out and train you in a lot of ways. Yeah. How about did I skip over? Okay, yeah, it's listed twice. Let's see. I wonder when they'll come out with blue. I wonder when they'll come out with blued ice cream. My buddy's got a joke too. I can't say it here. I'm trying to figure out how I can say it. Yeah, I can't say it. But yeah, no, yeah, blued ice cream. Yeah, it's about as useful as a blued ice cream. Yeah, it's funny, man. I doubt they'll ever, or durian, right? Durian ice cream. Well, actually, they might have durian ice cream. Man, that stuff stinks. It smells like feet. Have you ever tried an avocado shake? I have tried some avocado shakes. So yeah, the avocados here they're really good too. I'm starting to, I had avocado in the United States. They come from Mexico. They taste different here. I think they're a little sweeter here for some reason. But yeah, I have tried avocado. Really good. Yeah, good stuff. At least you're getting your vegetables with your avocado cream pie. Yeah. Where's avocado considered a fruit? Yeah, I don't know either. It's a good question. But yeah, man, that avocado cream pie, man, that is just magical. That is magical. I can't stand protein shapes, but I love avocado. Yeah. No, it's hard to get off the mango ones, man. The mango ones are unbelievable. I love mango. Yeah. John, have you heard anything about the tension in the Pacific Ocean between China and the Philippines? John, I've heard a little bit about that. I know there was some stuff where there was a couple of ships that were being not necessarily detained, but there were some things going on. Some cargo ships. So yeah, I have heard a little bit about that. I don't watch a lot of that, but it has come up in my YouTube feed, like news that's going on here. So I've heard a little bit, but how about you, Joe? Have you heard anything about that kind of stuff or no? Yeah, Joe's a no on that. It's really interesting here. And I think part of the interesting aspect of the culture is a lot of people aren't really in tune with that stuff like we are in the West. Yeah, really interesting. OCC makes me laugh hard. I remember years ago when I was 260 getting on a trike, poor driver had to wrap it up so hard to get me moving. I think you're going to have a Flintstone. Yeah, Scott, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, you probably, if you're looking to get a motorcycle out here in your, big dude, 500cc, but you'd be surprised how a 350 NMAX or a 350 scooter would get you moving too. Yeah. I've never owned a Kawasaki. What's your opinion on the product offered? Dude, I think Kawasaki is a great manufacturer. I think you can't go wrong with any Japanese manufacturer. Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki. I mean, they're all great. I think they all make really good products. I think the one complaint that you could have is they lack, maybe a little creativity or they lack character. Like I had a KTM Duke. That machine had so much character and was so much fun, but the reliability wasn't quite as there like you would have as a Japanese motorcycle. Dude, you can't. I had a Kawasaki. I had a Kawasaki Vulcan S, a cruiser kind of bike. Kawasaki makes great machines and they make great dirt bikes. And yeah, I think as far as reliability, you can't beat any of those guys. Video is not horrible. Okay, Philip. Yeah, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, hope it settled down. When John, my buddy here, who's a local, he pointed out that Globe's got some bigger issues that they're dealing with, and it looks like it might be. I didn't notice it. Like we were watching, I finally got Disney working here, so I didn't notice any network issues. We've been streaming, what Mandalorian again. But yeah, we haven't noticed any issues until just now. So I apologize, guys. Nothing I could do about it, unfortunately. Kawasaki Ninjas are one of the only bikes I've ever known and ridden. They have never. Yeah, no, dude. I think Kawasaki's great manufacturer, phenomenal. I'm just interested to see how the Royal Enfield performs. I kind of feel like this would be a really reliable machine as well, given that it's oil cooled and the engine is built to withstand that heat a little bit better. So, but yeah, as far as Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, all Suzuki, all those guys, I don't think you can go wrong with those bikes at all. I'm thinking of Makati as a possible base and do a channel called The Thriller from Manila. You should, brother. You should. And Manila looks great. Makati, BGC, all those areas. I can't wait to get out there and check it out. There's just so many other places I need to go see. You know what, though? My only concern, and this came up, I was talking to somebody, my only concern about Luzon in general and Manila, that whole Manila area, is that dang volcano that's sitting there, that huge crater that's sitting there smoking just south of Manila, southeast. I mean, you gotta think about that. I mean, it is a volcanic region, right? And they're there, but I mean, that sucker is a massive crater, not very far from the city, and it's sitting there just smoking. I don't know, man. It scares me a little bit. John says, Joe and Chris, I'm the type of person who needs alone time at times. Yeah, okay. When in a committed relationship with a Filipina, how do you tell her you need alone time? Go for a walk. Good luck with that, John.
You need all the prayers you can get.
Yeah, all the prayers that you can get, Joe says. No, dude. I mean, in all joking, I mean, yes, it is a, in my dating experience, which is limited, but with Joe, it is a very connected relationship, which I love that, right? But I do know what you're saying, and I feel like that would just be something, John, you'd want to talk about right away. You'd want to say, look, don't take it personally. This is me. This is how I'm wired. This is what I need to be in a successful relationship. I just need some downtime, and it doesn't mean that I want to end it or any of that. You can make that work. You just early on, you'd want to put that out there as an expectation so that way she's aware. And I think you can make anything work. I mean, they want to make you happy, and so you can make that work, dude. You really could. You'd want to be on the front side of that, right? But yeah, in general, you could say that they like to be everywhere with you all the time, but it's a general statement. It doesn't necessarily apply to everybody, but yeah, that's great, man. That's hilarious. On the plus side, the audio is great. Okay, cool, man. All right, good. So you guys can hear me okay. Video's a little shaky. Yeah, guys, I apologize. And for the folks that are here, I appreciate it. Yeah, I really do. Thank you. Yeah, I sent it through Remitly using a debit card. You get it cash in like 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yes, so you can do that. You're right. You can get it fast in that way. I do a bank transfer, but I think it's more expensive. So it's only cost me $5 to do the bank transfer. I wonder what it is if I use the debit card. I do see that as an option. But I honestly, too, I just don't let myself get down where it's like, oh, I need it, right away. So take 4 or 5 days to get my cash isn't necessarily a big deal for me. But you're right. I have seen that as an option. $5 for a transfer of $1,800, not bad, considering that you would pay ATM fees. Plus, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. And that's my point. Is let's say you needed 50,000 pesos for whatever, right? You're buying a scooter or whatever. You got to go back to an ATM 5 days in a row if you're pulling out 10 at a time. I've never used an ATM the whole time I'm here. I don't open myself up to scams. I'm not standing on the side of the street putting in my PIN. I like it. It works for me. And you'd want to have a secure place, right? No, great point, BJ. Honestly, if your health is a concern, cooking at home is best. Recently, I switched to keto a bit, a carnivore, cure food allergies, eating out. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. No, it's so much healthier, right, to eat at home. You can control what you're putting in there. Joe and I are cooking at home more and more now, but really, too, as a cost saving. It's expensive now for, both of us to eat out 3 meals a day. It's just not practical. So we're starting to cook at home more and more. We did just go to a Chili's. So Chili's just opened up in IL Mall, top floor of the Terrace. For those of you guys who are here, so yeah, that was it was really weird being back there. It kind of I've been here 8 months now, and it just like, oh wow, yeah, I felt like I was back in the States. And it did have, I had a burger, good burger, not quite as good as Abaca. The Abaca Baking Company down on the bottom floor of the Ayala Mall here, the best burger. And honestly, it's like really good burger from United States standards as well. Really, really good burger and fries. The bun, the all the lettuce and all of it was just, anyways. But Chili's here just opened up on the top floor of the Terrace, Ayala Terrace, for those of you guys who are here. Yeah. Hector, hey, what's up, brother? Do you actively manage your retirement account, 401k, or do you set it and forget it? I set it and forget it, Hector. I've got automatic investments to go off every month that just pull money out into my investment accounts. Yeah, set and forget. I mean, my stuff is mutual funds, EFTs, whatever. So they're just broad. I don't really have any individual kind of stocks and stuff. So I'm really broad markets, with that. So I just set it and forget it kind of deal. Yeah. Yep. Truth be told, for training, lifting weights, total body workout 3 times a week, all you need. No need to be lift heavy. Yeah. No, and I think as we get older too, I think it's, we got to be a little bit careful on that, right? Heavy training could lead to injury. So with Joe and I, we're running, we'll run and take a day off. We're running like every other day. Is our running schedule. And then in between that, we do upper body kind of in between that. So we'll run for the lower body, and then we'll do upper body workouts on those off days. So yeah, just kind of being careful, really just trying to, build up a little bit of strength and kind of burn some fat. So yeah. Timothy, yes, my Balinkambanan boxes were held up because the ships were, yeah, all right, yeah. So some ships did get a little bit of delayed. So I'm hearing about it a little bit, but honestly, too, a lot of that stuff. I mean, I moved here to kind of get away from that type of, scare media and all of that. And I don't know, man, if it's my time, it's my time. And I don't know, I'm loving the fact that how disconnected I am from the media in that way. It's really nice. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm glad. I saw something about a mugshot. I'm like, I'm so glad to be away from that. Just so glad. There is crocodile ice cream in Davao with real croc meat on it. Crocodile ice cream. Oh my! I've had alligator tail before in Florida. It's actually really popular, but I don't know about in my ice cream. Dean, if you want me to run, it might help if you have someone in front of me tempting me with my favorite food. I hear you, man. Scott AR, hey, how's it going, man? Oh, hey, Scott, what's up, brother? Yeah, good to see you, brother. Yeah, good times. Truth, I saw you pop up in Paul's live. Oh yeah, he just brushed over your comment. You want me to fame him? What's funny about this? So it kind of created a stir. So on my feed, he had a short that talked about an upcoming meet and greet, and it was for September 4th. Well, I watch it. I'm like, Joe, let's go to Duma. We got to go to Duma. We got to go check this out. We want to, because it was him, it was Mark, it was like 4 or 5 guys. And I was like, oh my gosh, we got to go to Duma. So my wheels are spinning. I was like, all right, let's get out there. And then I look at the comments, and I see the comments are from a year ago, because he doesn't say what year. He's like, yeah, we're going to do a meet and greet September 4th. We got this and this and this. And I was like, So I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, oh crap, this is from a year ago. So that was my comment in his live. I'm like, dude, I almost raced out to Dumageddon to hang out at your live. And anyways, yeah, dude, he doesn't know. But it's interesting because he was talking about a couple things with his live that he wants to kick on, that, you know, subscriber only kind of stuff and things like that would help him out. But, you know, I think Mike and him are pretty close, and Mike and I are actually, Mike and Janet, and, you know, the four of us are becoming friends as well, as they're now in Cebu. But yeah, man, I would love to, I don't necessarily want to do a video with, I don't really want to do a video with any other vloggers in the sense of collab stuff. It's just not my style. Who knows? I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it today. I really focus on just a slow, natural growth through this channel. And really, I want to do it based on my content and what I'm doing, not based on someone promoting my channel, that kind of deal. I don't know, man. I feel like you open yourself up to more problems than good. I think if you just be consistent, slow and steady, grow your own channel, I think you could do it that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm being naive, but as far as meeting that guy, meeting, you know, Paul and May, and would love to sit and hang out and just chat with those guys. I mean, what an honor, right? It'd be a privilege. But yeah, it's so funny. I sent my Fat Boy Harley through. Yes, did you do that? Oh man. So dude, there's a couple guys who have asked about that. Sending, and yeah, if you're a mechanic or there's mechanics here, you can do that, and it's cheaper. I saw a guy, we were riding up on Saturday. There was a guy on a big Harley and riding around. So people do it. People do it. Did you have to use a grinder first? Yeah, well, for the ice cream. I'm too old to have a boring, very reliable Japanese motor. Yeah, I'm too old not to have. Yeah, reliable. Yeah, no, they make good bikes, man. I'm a fan. You know, I had a couple bikes in the States. I had a Kawasaki, what's that, 650 Vulcan 650, and then I had a KTM 790 Duke, amazing bike. And then I had, at the end, I had a Yamaha Tanner 700, great bike. So I was looking to do some off-road stuff. So, you know, I'm a fan of Japanese motorcycles. I think they build great bikes. I'm excited to ride with Royal Enfield now and see this machine. I'm really liking this Royal Enfield 350. It's just really great bike. My only complaint about it is I've got no way to put luggage on there quite yet. Now that could change as the aftermarket catches up, because it's a brand new bike, just came out January 2023. But I'm liking this Hunter 350. It's a fun little bike. A bike that has my eye, if it comes out, is going to be the Royal Enfield 450 Himalayan, just because I feel like it solves a lot of my problems. I'm going to have luggage, I'll have panniers, I have off-road ability. But yeah, Japanese bikes, great machines, right? Good bikes. Should I manage to get to the Philippines? I'm tempted to get the 560 NMAX. Yeah, I think you'd be great with that. You know, great machine. If you're okay with scooters, you know, you can't go wrong with a scooter. Honda ADV 350 came out, a Honda ADV 160. I'm just not a guy that really likes scooters or comfortable on them. So I think I'm going to stick with motorcycles. But yeah, great machine, Dean. I don't think you'd go wrong with that. Most people are more concerned with where they're going to get their meals than foreign and global affairs. Yeah, foreign and global affairs. Yep. On the other hand, Philippines can get nasty. I hear you, Hector. And I'm so glad to just kind of be away from that. And you're right. I'm noticing more that the locals here aren't really so much connected to that as well. So, and I don't know if it's poverty level. It might be, but I think it's just into their culture too, you know, that there are other things that they're focused on, right? Yeah. I mean, even with the upper class people that I meet with, those aren't conversations that really come up. You know, I think it's just really culturally different here, as far as the news and the media, and how it's not so sensationalized or you know, like it is where we come from. Yeah, it's really different. Alone time, in with the dog collar in the background. Yeah, I went out to that ride. So Saturday I went out for that ride, and it's the first time we've been kind of apart in a couple months. So it's not normal. It's not normal. Yeah, it's different. It's great though. I'm actually a very connected kind of guy too. I like that connection, and that was a missing for me in the West and in the relationships there. I like the closeness. I'm a fan. Yeah, yeah, right. Uh, I use Remitly and Wise maybe more than 20 times, each in the Philippines. I'm happy with both, but I think 100% of the time I've gotten better exchange rate on Wise and faster. Yes, Matthew. That's what I'm seeing with Wise as well. Is it's a little bit better rate, and I'm going to move. I use Wise now, but only to fund my Gcash, to pay my rent, to give myself money. I use Remitly, but whatever. I mean, $5 to transfer myself, that kind of money. It's it's working for me. It's working for me. I could probably save a little bit with Wise for sure, but a little bit better exchange rate. Chris, you found your calling, travel advice, relationship, motorcycle advice. I love it. Yeah, far more interesting than IT work, I bet. It is. It is. I do. I love it. You're right, man. I do love IT work, and I enjoyed that as well. I loved working with the attorneys, and, I love helping people. I do. And that was great for me because I get to work with people, with attorneys and staff and paralegals in the legal industry and help them out with their technology. But this by far is fun. It's been a challenge for me too, just to kind of learn. I mean, learning this whole way with videography and photography and cameras and how to edit video. I'm still really struggling on that, but yeah, no, it's been fun, Kevin. I'm having a great time. I'm loving it. I'm really just loving being here in the Philippines and being around the people that are here and dating, and that's been, it's life changing. It really is being here. I'm loving it. Really. Hope you get out soon, man. I've heard some expats there say that they get their alone time, quiet time when they're Filipinos having compo. BJ, I've made this joke before. I was married for 10 plus years, and I know, being married for that long, sometimes the silent treatment is just freaking bliss.
Or
Sometimes it's just absolutely golden. No, I'm joking. Oh no, it's great. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, it's hilarious, brother. I went to three ATMs, basically on the same block to do Maggette to get 30,000 when I bought the refrigerator. I had gotten a surprise when they wouldn't take an international credit card. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem we have, and that's kind of why I like just wiring myself cash and having it there, and then planning for those big expenses. Now, when I bought my scooter or my motorcycle, I think it was 450,000 pesos. So I had to do that over a couple of different transfers. So Remitly, I think, will only allow you to do 2,000 US dollars per 24 hours. So I just, transferred myself 2,000, and then, 2 days later, I transferred myself another. I didn't think I needed another 2,000, but anyways, so there are some limitations there as well. But for most stuff, that's the nice thing about having a bank is you can transfer yourself bigger funds. So for those larger purchases, let's say you're going to buy a car, so that would be the advantage of having the bank account, because then you could wire, 20, 30 grand. And then those exchange rates make a big difference, right? They make a really big difference. So when you're talking larger sums of money, so something to think about for sure. The media hate when you switch it off. When I admire if you're not consuming the off toxic media. Yeah, Dean, it's one of the main reasons why I came out here, is just to kind of get away from that. And I have no idea all that stuff. It's just so nice, man. I just focus on my everyday life here. What we want to do. What do we want to create next? What's next in the journey? And how do I maintain my health, my fitness? That kind of stuff is really what my life's about now. And just, I love that. And dating, being with Joe. I mean, man, Chris, you should ask Joe to take you to Ikas Food House.
I don't know where
It's
that
near
is.
your condo. It's a large variety of Filipino food at really good prices too. Ikas Food, I'll have to look that up. We'll make a note of that, brother. Appreciate that, man. We're always looking for great places to eat, different eateries, things like that. Mainly too, because I like shooting it. And a lot of people ask about the food here, but yeah, we'll check that out. Appreciate that. Really do. Thank you. Yeah, how do you run with all the heat and humidity in the Philippines? Great question, Philip. So um, you time it, and this is something that I've learned a lot too. That it showed up in a lot of different places. You kind of limit your outside exposure between 11 and 3. I mean, I really don't, but a lot of Filipinos do. So when do you run? Well, you run in the morning, before it gets super hot, or you run at sunset, when the sun's going down. So that's what I do. We usually run around 5 or 6 or so, in that time of the day, and then but you can run in the morning too. But honestly, though, Philip, too, the weather has not been a factor for me. It just hasn't. It has not been. I mean, I've run in the middle of the day, and now is it hot? Yeah, and it's sunny. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think if you're coming from southeast part of the United States, it's actually hotter there. And now we're in the rainy season. It's cloudy. I don't feel like it's hot at all here. It really isn't. I mean, I don't know if Scott is still on, and he can maybe answer to that too. But the weather's it's not a factor here. It really isn't. Yeah, really surprising to me. A lot of people talk about the weather, and it's a non-issue. Now, I think if you're coming from Canada or the Dakotas or Wisconsin or the north, the northern part of the United States where you're used to kind of colder, maybe Chicago. I mean, even Chicago summers, I think, are just as hot as what you would have here. So I don't think the weather's too much of a factor, depending on where you're coming from. Now, if you're a guy that likes cold weather and you're a skier and that kind of deal, then yeah, right, you're not going to have that temperature. I mean, I came from Colorado, so, but yeah, weather's really been a non-issue for me. Seeing a carefree Chris short on the bathroom survival while watching his live stream, priceless. Bathroom survival, yes. So the shorts have been really fun for me. I've kind of dove into that, especially since I don't have my camera and I'm struggling with my long form content. But the shorts have really fun. I like it. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hand pink waving. Hey, how's it going? At Timothy, a bike was disassembled and across the ice cream. You can buy them. And yeah, Davo. Yeah, crocodile ice cream. Wow, that sounds wild. Very nice. How to frame it and fit. Just kind of going over the comments here. Hello, everyone. Hey, how's it going, Margie? Appreciate you being here. Thank you. LOL. The reasons why Filipina gives American grief when they withdraw money is because we have a treaty with the United States which requires us to do it. U.S. mark money laundering site. Yeah, that makes sense, John. Yeah, appreciate that, brother. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So we're marked as a money laundering territory or area, the Philippines is. So when there's money being transferred around, there's a little more steps to take. Okay, that makes sense, man. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Do you Google Pay or Apple Pay? Does Google Pay or Apple Pay work in the Philippines? I have not seen that, Dean. But Gcash is that. It's that service where you can fund that account and then use that to pay. Now, know that you probably don't want to fund a ton of money in there. I think I put whatever 20,000 pesos in at a time. And Joe says, and even my friend Christine before that was saying that's a lot of money to have in there. And they just have some concerns about, being that money kind of disappearing. I've never had any issues, but, I probably wouldn't put more than 20,000 pesos at a time in your Gcash. But to me, it's also instant. Like from funding wise, the Gcash is instant. Within minutes, that money is there. So, but yeah, Apple Pay and Google Pay, I have not seen here. Okay. Yep. There you go. It's here, but few people use it. I haven't seen it. And I used Apple Pay a little bit in the States, but I just don't see it as where I could use it. Yeah. I know electronics are expensive. Is it better to buy an unlocked cell phone here before I come over? Do they require SIM cards? Yes. And both of those questions. Hold on a second. I would buy, so your electronics are more expensive here for sure. I mean, not drastically, whatever. I'm trying to feel, yeah, but go ahead and get them there and then bring them over. But if you had to buy something here, it's not the end of the world. Definitely have it unlocked so that way you can put your SIM card in here. They have an eSIM. I know guys who have gotten an eSIM here. So if you have the latest, greatest iPhone, You can get that registered with Globe, no problem. They sell the latest, greatest iPhones here too. But yeah, I would get all your electronics there in the United States or West, wherever you're coming from, and you can bring them here. Definitely have your phone unlocked and ready to roll for that. I didn't have any issues. I had my phone. I have an iPhone, whatever, 13 or so. And I, had it unlocked from my carrier before I got here, and then went to Globe and got a SIM and good to go. So it was really actually easy to get that done. Time out from your Filipina. Easy peasy. Watch the pics of beautiful girls on the internet and let her know you'll have some time.
It's not 3 days minimum for me.
Yeah, Joe says that might be a permanent timeout.
That's a 3 months.
Yeah, might be 3 months. Yeah, so funny.
Goodbye, Felicia.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's, like I said, though, it works for me. I'm really enjoying my relationship with Joan and learning a lot about myself. I mean, I had some serious questions about dating and that for me, just because I hadn't dated in, like whatever, 4 or 5 years, and when you stop using equipment, you wonder if things still work.
Oh my God.
So it's been so awesome, being connected with somebody, another human being again. It's just incredible. And I say this because I know a lot of guys out here completely relate, right? Like some of us have spent decades without, being close or connected with someone. So yeah, it's been the closeness to me hasn't really been a factor as far as how they like to be connected. So it's great. I love it. Dean, cool. I don't use those payment systems myself, but wondered if I used it in the Philippines. Good to know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Gcash, highly recommend Gcash. It's just very convenient for us to use, and it's things, kind of like as Dean pointed out, things that we're used to. Yep. Just using American Express, very few facilities. Yeah, was using Visa. Yeah, I use my Visa. I use my debit and credit cards. I have Visa, MasterCard cards. I think I've used Discover. I don't have an American Express. I think I got rid of that. It's true. Charlotte, North Carolina is hotter in the Philippines. Yeah, Timothy, I think you're right on. Definitely Texas, Louisiana, Florida. Those areas are all hotter than here. And like, dude, I'm coming from Colorado, man. It's dry and it's, the temperature gets hotter in Colorado in the summer, but we don't have any humidity. The weather here is a non-factor for me, non-factor at all, other than, getting back in the habit of watching low pressure systems as they develop. That's been really my only change in the weather. Is more, I've always been in tune with the weather in Colorado. I think you kind of have to be there as well, just watching storms and stuff. So, but that's really the only thing for me, is just trying to be in tune with low pressure systems as they develop out east and just kind of watching them come in. And I use Windy, by the way. Shout out to Rod at Amazing Philippines for introducing me to that app. Windy.com, there's an application and a website that you could use to track systems. So, Timothy, oh, sorry to hear that. Shouldn't be a problem. Yep, some stores, misguided. Yeah, it's inconsistent, like a lot of things. You'll see some inconsistencies with what stores take and not take. Joe, has Chris ever had Tampo that you've seen? John wants to know if I've ever had Tampo.
I think you had like once.
I've had Tampo one time. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But mostly,
it's a relationship. We sometimes disagree and argue and stuff, but I think we're pretty good at our conflict resolution for the most part.
But mostly cranky and intense.
Mostly what?
Mostly cranky and intense.
What's the second part you're saying?
Cranky
I heard that part, but what after?
and intense.
Incense?
Intense.
I don't-
You admitted it. Like, sorry, I know I can be intense and.
Oh,
things like
intense.
that.
Yeah. So Joe says I can be a little intense.
Yeah.
As Westerners, right? Guys, I'm 50 something years old, work in the legal industry for 20 plus years, work with attorneys. I could be a little intense and so I can, there's carefree Chris, but there's also get stuff done Chris. As a Westerner, we kind of are. So I'm very driven, and I could be a little bit of that at times. And
Yeah.
most Filipinos are not like that. They don't have kind of that intensity that we have as Westerners. So yeah, I think that's one of the cultural differences that you would see. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so he gets sample here and
Philippines,
there.
yes, avocado, fruits. Yeah. Small town based city. I never used I never use cash in the Philippines. I get away with it. I can get away with it. Okay, credit cards are the way to go. It gives you better rates on your purchases, and you're always insured. Plus, you earn points. Yeah, that's great advice, actually. Okay, yeah, you can if you have a points earning credit card, you can use that. You get better exchange rates. Okay, that's a good point. I've actually just been the opposite. I've always used cash. I have not used my credit cards at all. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I just got nervous about um, having that information be compromised, so I've always used cash to avoid that, and just use my cards for emergencies. I heard Joe saying, yeah, I heard Joe's minimum sentence of 3 months. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, looking at that, I would be in trouble for a long time. It wouldn't be fun in the Stevens household, not at all. Uh, hey, Chris, really enjoy your channel and all the good positive vibes you're sending. Do you think a guy is better meeting someone online or boots on the ground when you get there? And that's a great question, man. It really is, because there's a lot of different perspectives on this and a lot of different ways you can go. And it just kind of depends, brother. It really, really does. If you're good at meeting people and you're social and you have, I want to say game, but it's not that, because you got to be very careful. But if you're good at, kind of meeting women and things like that, then yeah, you don't necessarily need an online. If you're kind of shy or maybe a little bit insecure and that kind of deal, like honestly, I am, online might be the way to go. Online really might be the way to go, because but there's disadvantages to that too, right? You get subject to scammers and all that. And then you got to, just like in the West, you got to weed through, all the bad stuff before you find anyone good. So it just kind of depends. I know a lot of guys who have met girls online. I can't tell you how many guys, most of them, when I talk to them, how'd you meet your girl? I met her online. How'd you meet your girl? I met her online. All of them say that. They really do. And there is opportunity to meet people in person, too. I think Cebu Business Park, or the IT Park. I mean, but you're going to meet like a call center girl. And Enrique just did a video on that. If you want to check his stuff out, by the way, hats off to Enrique, right? That guy is just freaking crushing it, in my opinion. But anyways, but you could check out that video that goes into detail why you might not want to date a call center girl. But there are opportunities here to meet people in person, but it just kind of depends. There's also, we have developed a reputation as far as maybe not being so graceful in our approach to meeting women. So you gotta be careful on, like, if you're in one of the malls, and you gotta be a good guy, and come with the Filipinos, and men and women are just genuine, nice, sweet people for the most part. And if you're aggressive, they don't like aggressive behavior. They don't like vibrato. They don't like macho. That is one of the big turnoffs. If you're that way at all, dude, you're gonna be you'll be in trouble. Yeah. So, but good question, man. What is tampo? What is tampo, Joe?
Like, there's no direct English term. Like,
Your
so,
mic isn't on, by the way. Oh no, it is.
yeah,
My
it is.
bad.
So sometimes it could mean like sulking, tampo, or
Okay.
upset.
Okay. Yeah. So
Those,
basically, tampo is just the silent treatment. Said simply. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Tim. Silent treatment. Yep. Yeah. It's basically it's I think it's more common here. Like, they'll give you um it's their way of kind of shutting down a deal, which honestly, I've talked to Joe about that. I don't mind. I mean, within reason, right? I think if you need a couple moments, an hour or whatever, to kind of take back and reflect and figure some things out, man, that's great, right? But if it goes on for days or a day, even, to me, that's borderline. You just don't have the tools to deal with things. So I think a little bit of Tompo is healthy. But it, like I said, if it goes into the like a day or beyond even a couple of hours, you lack some ability or tools to really deal with stuff. So it could be a big red flag also. But know that it's part of the culture here. So yeah, it's just basically it's a silent treatment. I've never recommended card paying online as a way of life. I use cash system due to, yeah, I'm with you. I like cash, but I could see also too the advantage of points, and it depends on where you're at. Like you're like your grocery store and things like that, where it's secure and like when we go to over there, that might be a great place to use my card every time and get some points and things. So I could see not everywhere, but I could see definitely some places where I'd want to use it. Thank you, Joe and Chris. I have to get some alone time. Have a great week. See you. Yeah, no worries, man. Hey, thanks for being here, John. And again, I apologize for the connectivity issues that we've had today. Nothing I can do about it. But for you and for everyone who's been here kind of through it, I really do. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And for those who are watching the channel and participating in that, it really just it's awesome. Really thanks to you guys. I was with somebody the other day. I can't remember. Oh, I think it was Scott. And, he was here in town and he wanted to take me out to dinner. I'm like, dude, let me take you to dinner. I mean, you're the one who's kind of paying and funding this anyway. So let me take you to dinner. So I really do. I believe that. I'm really grateful and thankful for the people who are here. And, YouTube isn't what I'm living off of, but it is going to be not now, right? I think I made $200 last month, but it is going to be a way that funds things to do like some of these trips and things like that kind of down the road. So I really appreciate you guys. Really do. If you're a little bit of a grumpy old man at times, you're probably doing okay. I think some of the foreigners make it their hobby. Yeah, no, you're right, man. I think that's a good point. There's a lot of talk about that. Yeah, I'm definitely not a grumpy old guy, not even close. I mean, I can be a little intense. I think just being a Westerner for our lives, we can be that way. Especially I think over the last decade or so, we've all become a little bit that way. But yeah, as people pointed out before, I really try to be an easygoing, happy-go-lucky, rainbows and unicorns guy. I really do. Is that who I am 24/7? Not at all. Not at all. But I really, I believe in that we have ultimate choice in who we be at any moment of the time, regardless of the circumstances. So I really tried to be that minded most of the time. But it doesn't always work out that way. Yeah. If you date a call center girl, you will have a lot of timeouts, and that is a good point, right? Definitely that is a good point. So, the any professional, girl who's working in a professional job, they might work 5-6 days a week. They might work 8, maybe more hour days. So if you're that kind of guy who doesn't, need your space and time, that is an option. It's something to think about. The disadvantage would be is you couldn't necessarily travel. But if traveling around, the Philippines isn't an issue, or you want to do that yourself too, not a bad option, honestly. Not a bad option. Yeah, good point. I heard another expat say that he was watching the vlogger, Rebute, and his Filipino noticed he was watching her. Well, needless to say, he was put in a Tompo timeout. BJ, you freaking bust me up, brother. Oh, so funny. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with your Filipina. They can be a little bit jealous, but honestly, some of it makes me feel good. Like, all right, my girl wants me. You know what I mean? She likes me. She wants me. And on the flip side of that, when it's an insecurity, I like tell her like, look, you're my girl. Don't worry about it, right? I try to make her feel secure and safe in that regard. But you got to be careful. It's hilarious, brother. Chris, you have normalized your Western lens with the Filipino mindset already. Have you felt their heartbeat? Honestly, George, I think I felt their heartbeat when I was in the United States for these past 50 plus years. I really feel like I'm at home here. I really feel like this is where I want and need to be. I'm just a chill, easygoing dude for the most part, like you said. But I like being here. I like being around this type of people people that are connected to family, people who are friendly at heart. There's a lot of saying about you get what you give. That I operate very same. I've always operated very similarly. I just feel at home. I feel like fish in water. I feel like a tarsier back in Bohol, a polar bear in Alaska. I feel at home here. I really do. So I really love it here. I really do. This is in 8 months it hasn't changed. If anything, in 8 months it's gotten, as I've gotten more comfortable, I feel more and more at home here and making friends and connections. So I love it, man. I highly recommend it. I really do. Yeah, Dean, I had Tampo for my ex-wife for the last 8 years. That's heaven. Oh, so funny, dude. Hey, Chris, did Joe ever get spicy, annoyed, irritated, mad at Tampo with you yet so far? Well, yes.
Many times.
Yes. I've had a nickname for her, Tampo Joe, and she does not like that nickname.
Yeah, he's adding fuel to the fire every time he says that word.
Right? It's like, oh, is Tampo Joe here?
I get Tampo because of his intensity, like earthquake intensity 5-7.
Oh, yeah. I can be pretty intentional. I think recently there was a time where we were trying to create this video, and they're walking. As soon as I walk in the store, this restaurant, music is playing. It's like, all right, we got to go. And so I'm already like 3 steps ahead, and she's wondering where the hell I'm at and what's going on. And so, yeah, but for the most part, it goes well. I mean, we have a good dynamic, I feel. We're, and it is different. She's not used to dating a foreigner and how we think and feel. And, it is a different thing for her too, I can see. But, I think for the most part, it's going great, actually. I feel like it's just amazing. Amazing, guys. I mean, seriously, amazing, right? I mean, having this type of relationship, forget about the age, right? I mean, the age gap is there, right? It's an obvious thing, but dating a beautiful 30-year-old woman, I mean, come on, man. And she's into me, right? It just blows me away. It blows me away. If your credit card gets corrupt and you lost some money, the card is insured and you always get your money back. Yep. And then they send you a brand new card. If you lose cash, it's game over. No, you're right. No, that's a good point. My only concern about that is if, maybe with my Discover card, that would be a good option. But my bank, I've got a credit card tied to my bank. And if my bank gets somehow where they have to put a hold or time out because of fraud, that would be a bigger deal for me. And then how did you get the card? Will they ship you the card? Maybe FedEx, will they ship it? There's just a lot of things I haven't explored with that. And honestly, too, with my stuff, I don't really have point cards set up. So, cash works fine for me. It's cash has been okay. But I get what you're saying on the big purchases. I do use it for like my Amazon, my Amazon and all that stuff is hooked up to a card. Yeah. Your credit card is live. If it's a U.S. credit card, your liability is limited by law. Yeah, it's not actually insured, but limited by law. Yep. Yeah, I think Discover card too for fraud. I've had a couple of cases when I was in the United States where they reimbursed the charges. So yeah. First time I came here to the Philippines was 1982. Wow. I had the feeling of coming home. Yeah, that was my culture shock. Brother, I'm with you. I really am. So a year ago, I did my scouting trip, and the purpose of that trip was to answer one question: can I live here? And immediately I was like, yes, without a doubt. Now, is there some adjustments? Absolutely. And is there some, little things to kind of navigate through? For sure. But the friendliness of the culture and the people, man, I am at home. I'm not a New Yorker at heart. I'm a talkative guy. I like, obviously, right, sitting there for 2 hours now talking to a camera. So I'm a talkative guy. I like the friendliness culture here, the people. I love that. And I like the climate. I don't mind, and I like the warmer weather. I'm a beach guy. I love, if I'm in flip-flops and swimsuit, I've always said my life is great if I've got those two things. it's a fit for me. It's home for me. It really is. I mean, love it, love it, love it. I hear you, brother. Good for you. Uh, Chris would never get away with watching. I would never. I watch her. She's not that bad. She's fine. I actually haven't seen her recently, and she doesn't show up. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe I haven't watched anything for her. The talk gets a little spicy, and not so much chilling Netflix with girlfriend. Yeah, yeah, she's fine. Have you seen? Do you know who she is?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't think she's that. I haven't seen any of her stuff recently. Maybe Joe somehow unsubscribed from my from her to keep me away. But yeah, no, she's fine. I've been a fan of her stuff. I think she's got a great channel. She does a really good thing of diversifying. So she's got a lot of good shorts. She posts through multiple platforms. She's sharp. Yeah, no, she's pretty sharp. Yeah. Hey, Chris and Joe, when's your next live? When's your next karaoke? I need more loot. Yeah, yeah, we'll need to do some karaoke. We don't have karaoke set up here. That was back in Joe's hometown there in Southern Leyte. But yeah, we need to do that. And I don't know if I'll ever eat balut. I don't know if I'll ever eat that. But I'm down for trying some food. My buddy John's got some places that we're probably going to go try here soon. Timothy, credit card over front of my more back and forth on that. Okay, sure, but the banks have become political and have lost the concept that they are here to serve us rather than us serve them. Yeah, okay, yeah. There's another shooting in a school. Wow, stories in the West, the East Coast this past week. You're lucky you don't live in the US. I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. You know, and right in my own backyard, in Colorado, we had one of the first ones with Columbine. Right after I moved to Colorado in the late 90s, that happened. And then we've had several different school shootings there. My daughter, talks to me all the time about firearms in school, and then we had the Aurora Theater shooting, and it's just, dude, it's nonstop, man. And yeah, I'm glad, man. I am so glad. I am so glad to be here away from that crazy and chaos that's just kind of going on. And we just accept it. It's a way of life now. By the way, everyone 40 so watching, hit the like button. Yes. Yeah, sorry, we had some bad video quality, but we'll get through it. The show must go on. We must keep going. Yes, here we are. Hey man, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, absolutely. Been a while. Anything you would do different about the move, suggestions, or what I would do? Anything I would do different? I can't think of anything I would do different. Yeah, nothing's really standing out other than come sooner. Yeah, I mean, I really wish I come sooner, and vlog sooner too, honestly. I wish I was started a year ago vlogging, just kind of documenting that whole experience. Plus, with my accident and that, I think that would have been a big, but I can't think of anything I would have done differently that I kind of like, oh man, there's nothing standing out, man. Yeah, I hope you've been good, dude. I think you're coming out soon. Yeah, I hope all is well there. Yes, my own Boontal Chris from the Taco No Man. Do you ever get worried about how money now that you're there for good? Will you consider going back to the USA for short periods to make some extra pesos? So, Taco Nomad, I definitely plan on going back to the United States for short trips, vacations, but it's not about money. It's just to visit friends and family and that kind of deal. I worry a little bit about cash, absolutely, because I don't really have a job or an income, and I watch a little bit, but I'll be fine. I do have to be a little bit careful with my cash, but I'll be fine. I just have to be a little bit mindful, so I don't necessarily worry about it. And like I said, I plan on going back to the States, but mainly just for visits, that kind of thing. But yeah, my daughter lives a mile from the UNC shooter where it's happened. Wow, so University of North Carolina shooting. I bet it sounds like, yeah, dude, it's just crazy. I'm so glad I'm away from all that. Yeah. When it comes to blue, I'm tempted to do it. Just an FYI, a possible Cat 3 hurricane is heading the direction of Florida at the Gulf Coast, Tampa Bay. Up the northern places along the Gulf are in danger. Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at that. So my boy is still in that area. Yeah, and I did, and that's a rare storm to come up that way. Normally, they go up and hit Louisiana or Texas, right? So it's a rare storm to come up the bay, but they've had a couple of them. But yeah, I have been watching a little bit of that area as well, that storm. So yeah, yeah. So sorry, Joe. Joe wasn't here when this started. Oh, hey, Chris. Hey, Mike. You want to come say hi, Joe? Come
Hi,
say,
Mike. Good morning.
come on camera.
Oh my God.
You have to come on camera at least one time to say hi.
I did earlier.
Did
Hi,
you?
everyone.
Yes, my own Boontog, my own Boontog.
Yeah, I hope you can see us clearly.
Yeah, no,
Or
oh
just a
gosh,
little
I'm
bit,
sorry,
but
guys.
yeah.
It's been a rough video. Nothing I could do in that regard. It's there. So, how's it going, babe? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
What are we up to today?
Uh,
Doctor appointment, and that's it.
Pay your ticket.
Pay my ticket. Oh my gosh, pay my ticket. Doctor appointment.
It's been long overdue.
Yeah. What else are we gonna do?
Gym.
Yeah, Jim. Oh, I been practicing my ukulele, Dean.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was last night. I was like, crap. I promised Dean I would practice my uke, and I haven't done it. So I actually downloaded an app. So we're going to be doing. I got a little bit of training with that. I'm going to be doing. So shout out. I just remembered that. So, anyways, yeah, that's what we got going on today. Just kind of tickets and random stuff. Maybe ukulele practice. Going to the gym. So, yes, here we are. We're live. I did Balut once. I plan on trying it again this February. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Joe? Do you like Balut?
I do, especially the soup of the balut, but not the live one there. Just the yellow, the yolk, and the soup.
Oh,
But you don't have to eat the live.
all right. Joe's a fan. I don't know.
It's been a while that I had balut.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it.
We should try that. I want to see your reaction.
So do they. I don't know. Yeah. Chris, the only way to earn your man card in the Philippines is to eat balut.
See,
I don't know. I don't know.
earn it, earn it.
Right? All right. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Joe, why don't you sit and drive, answer some questions? Oh, you know what? I should mute my microphone. I'll be right back.
Man card. Yeah, Chen would love to see you eat balut. He'd be cheering for you. Fear Factor Philippine version. Fear Factor. Are you scared of the what's inside of balut? Yeah. Yeah, I'd be scared too if it moves. If I try balut, it will have to be an early term one, no feathers and nothing crunchy. Yeah, you don't want the feathers in your throat. Yeah, I fear of having that also. The balut, I've never tried to eat it and swallow it. But I think my sister did try once. I couldn't take it. I would never dare. True BJ. Then balut, try bagoong. Capital bagoong. Oh, it's more punishment than tampo. Why is it? Because of the smell? I think the smell of bagoong is tolerable than the durian. I don't know. Bagoong is lami, especially with mango.
I haven't even tried. I haven't even heard of that before. What is that?
I'll show you with
Okay.
and I don't know if you'll like it. The smell of it because it's almost same like with the dried fish, but not as strong as the dried fish. So yeah.
Yeah, I've tried dried fish a couple times. It's not too bad.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so you can see it on the.
Am I drunk or is the vid shitty? Nope, I must be drunk. So were you out looking for a new place? Would you go more high-end condo or living large isn't the same for you? Just really enough for both of us, not large. I don't want to feel like it's empty, most of the time. And especially because we do travel here and there, so a large place would be, would be a thing for us.
But definitely, I would love to get A little bit of a larger place, right?
Yeah, larger than this, but
Yeah.
not as large as like, good for a family or five.
Yeah, it's really
Or
just a kind of a fine line between finding a place that is big enough for us to be in, but
Yeah.
also is not super expensive where we can still travel around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
And we plan to get a dog sometime
Mm.
soon, especially when we.
Yes, I want to get a dog.
Yeah. 'Cause I've been tempted to have a dog. Okay, where is it?
Scroll up. Scroll up. Other way.
Oh, other way.
Yeah, so you can see there.
Yeah.
That's what you, yeah.
Feature.
But
Fortunately, we have strict gun controls, so shootings are rare in comparison with the US. But stabbing are scary at the rates they are happening, especially in my hometown, London. Wow, stabbing.
Hmm.
Stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yep. I know it. Do you have stuff like that here?
Yeah, just shooting in daylight. I think it's been rampant nowadays, the shooting.
Right.
But yeah, also stabbing. I saw news last week. There was a man who got stabbed
Where?
in daylight. I don't know where the place is. I think it's somewhere in Manila, in Luzon.
So out of all the country, there was one stabbing. A little bit different.
Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, there are stabbing and also
Yeah.
yeah. There are also
It's a-
family get killed.
Completely different scale, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have one in the entire country while we got like one a minute.
Still same. There's still crimes all over the world.
Yeah. Cool. Chris, for extra income, you should open all you can eat Balut restaurant. Yes.
Oh my god.
Right.
No, all you can eat. No.
All you can eat Balut, man. That'll be a big money maker. That's hilarious. Too funny. Yep, hurricane heading right by me in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she makes the live so much she does. I actually had to turn the aircon down, Joe. So you might get a little cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're starting to sweat over here. Pork and bacon for everyone. Yes. Wow, Joe is a hottie, and I really wish the video was clear when Joe came on. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. I finally told my mom I'm leaving, and she wants me to stay for Thanksgiving. Also have quite a bit invested in the NFL fantasy football, so looking to head out on January, February. All right. Yeah, because I thought you were coming here soon. Yeah, good for you, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's hard, man, but yeah, good times. So we were walking by the mall, and I looked up on the screen, and I saw, it must have been preseason, right? I don't think regular season started quite yet. I think it was Philly. I can't remember who they were playing, but yeah, that's great. Football season starting back up. I missed the Super Bowl. I missed all of it last year because I was here in the Philippines. Yeah, it's hard to watch here. Happy days. Well, don't buddy, the song you get serenaded John with. Yeah, too crazy, man. Sing, yes, the ukulele, yeah, practicing. I'm working on it. I'm working on the chords, getting there. I like the application actually. That I can't remember the name of it, but it's a great little application that goes through and kind of trains you on that. So looking forward to that. Fear Factor Philippines version, including drinking Red Horse, eating Balut, singing karaoke. Yeah, right. Too fun. Chris, got to get to eat Balut. Yes, got to eat some Balut. Everyone wants to see me eat Balut. I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll see. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I just looked up what babung is. I would do Balut before eating. Is that babung? Is that the pig's brain?
No, bagoong, no. It's like small shrimps.
Huh?
Small shrimps.
Small shrimps? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, small shrimps, Joe's saying. Yeah, looking good, Joe. The blue outfit suits you. Yes. Yes. Joe looks incredible. I think we all did at 30, didn't we? Didn't we all look incredible at 30? By the way, are tea bags common in the Philippines? I prefer tea Dude, I am with you, Dean. I love tea, and I actually love good English breakfast tea. And you can get tea bags here. You can. It just, I like loose leaf tea, and then making, that. And I've actually struggled finding it. John's going to show me a place here, I think this week, where I can maybe find some loose leaf English breakfast or like a black tea. So I've struggled finding tea, loose leaf tea, and I don't know how to get it online either. I can't. The tea that I used to get on Amazon, I can't. They won't ship it here. I think it's one of those things that's not allowed. Make an intro with your ukulele as your signature sound. Yes, ukulele will be part of the channel for sure, especially as I get more practice with it. It's a duck in an egg. It's almost ready to hatch. Yeah, dude. No thanks, man. There's so many great foods here to eat. Why would I eat that, right? Why would I eat that? The Hurricanes play 40 home games here every year. Yeah. That's funny, dude. And Typhoons play one here. They play, dude, there's a lot of Typhoons that are coming off here as well. Go Knowles. Filipina from Charlotte. Hey, thanks for watching. Yeah. OFW. Yeah. No, thanks for being here. I like that. I really, really love that I have a big Filipino audience. I love that. I love that my content, like the people who live here, want to watch. I love that. I love that. And as a YouTube creator, I think if you're creating content, if you're living in a country and you're creating content and the local people don't like you or your content, that should be a red flag, right? Yeah. Sorry for my rush, man. My spelling is rubbish. No, you're fine, dude. Looking forward to seeing you serenade Joe. Yeah. We'll do some videos. I got a way to go on that, but I'll try it. Charlotte. Sorry, I got a little bit of a stuffy nose. I apologize. Charlotte, Carolina. Shrimp paste. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen a little bit on that. Yeah, it doesn't sound very lamicayo. You're eating like your karaoke of your singing. Yeah. Looking good at 30. True that. I had 6 packs. Now I only drink 6 packs. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was in good shape. I was actually been in good shape most of my life. It wasn't until probably my late 40s that I really had to be really careful with my weight and that kind of deal. So I've always been really lucky in that regard. Yeah. I have good genetics as far as being able to build muscle, maintain, keep low body fat, things like that. Chris, why don't you use the bathroom? Why don't I use the bathroom again? I know. Yeah. Yes, I know. We're kind of hungry, right?
Yeah.
We'll go a little bit. We'll go, and then we'll go. We got to get some breakfast. We're starving.
You woke up early.
Joe's eating Toblerone for breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, too funny. Yeah, I know, right? It's just great. I mean, guys, seriously. I mean, come on, man. For us in the West who have not dated in years, and you come here, and not only do you date a beautiful woman, she's into you. She's in it. It's heaven, man. It really is. It's just amazing. I love it. Love it. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. For some reason, I get better looking when I visited the Philippines. Yes, you do. You do, man. You do. You really do. Yeah. It's love it. It's great. Right when I come on, I will bring a few suitcases full of your tea. Nice. If customs have an issue, I'll brew a cup and say, calm down, dear. So when I moved, I had like four bags of my tea, big thing, and I ran out, and I can't find it here either. I wish I was thinking I would just use Amazon to ship it over, but I think it's one of those things. It's not, you're not allowed to ship that food or whatever. I guess it's part of that, but oh well. You're not alone, Chris. Even I don't like blue. I hear you, man. Yeah, I don't think I'm interested in trying that. I'm overweight. Someone recently asked me if I lost weight. I said, no, I used to be. I found 6 ounces. Oh, you have great over there. Yeah, man. Life's great. It really is. Joe looks like she loves you a long time. Yes. Oh, so awesome.
I
Get,
did, but like I brushed it off. Like
get some salt with that Toblerone.
it's also salted caramelized
Oh, is it salted
almond.
caramel? Have you tried salt and Toblerone?
Yeah, I think with the ice cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
you put salt on it?
Oh no, the Toblerone.
That's what he's saying.
Oh
Get some salt with that Toblerone.
no,
Have
I
you
haven't tried.
Yeah, me either.
I haven't tried, but this one is salted almond.
Yeah, that one's salted caramel. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Is that a thing? I've not heard of that before. Interesting.
Me
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. Catch you next. Yes. Catch you next time, Joe. Even if Chris is on. Yeah, too fun. You're a lucky guy to find, Joe. You know, you guys make a cute couple. No, thanks. I think we've both been really lucky. It was interesting kind of how we met and the dynamic of that and how it plays out. But, it's going well. And, it's an adjustment for both of us. And no relationship's perfect, but, we have definitely a lot of great times, much more than we have bad. So it's going well. I feel good. One of the reasons Philippines YouTube content is up, millions of OFWs missing their country and would watch, especially if you put out places and people that makes happy in spite of getting home. So absolutely, dude. I think that's a big part of it. I love that. You give an opportunity to people see their home and be reconnected to their culture. Yeah, for sure. Yep. And I love that. I really do. I love creating content for people like that. Yeah. Awesome thumbnail pic. When Jason Statham movie. What Jason Statham movie was that from? Oh, that's funny. She calls me Jason. So and once I get like 3 or 4 days worth of growth, she calls me Jason. Now I'm Bruce. She says she gets to date Bruce, Jason, and Chris all in one. Oh, that's funny. And that, yes. Kissing your sweaty bald head. Yeah, I am a little warm. I actually had to turn down the aircon a little bit, but yeah. Dark chocolate with sea salt is good. Yeah, absolutely. Toblerone. These things are really good. I don't know. I've never seen these before, but these are little ubi squares. I really am a fan of these, and they're like a fig Newton, but with ubi inside. And ubi again is that yam, right, Joe?
Yeah, ubi yam.
Yeah, so that's yam. So it's like a fig Newton. These are really, really good. I love these. Love these things. Well, guys, I think we're gonna bounce out. We're gonna get some breakfast. We got a couple things to do here, so we're gonna bounce out. Hey, I appreciate everyone for being here. I know that you had some technical difficulties with internet and laggy the whole time, so thanks guys for being here and kind of going through it, even though it hasn't been that good. So, what's that?
You said Jason Stamos?
Oh yeah, Jason Stamos.
He always mixes up the names.
It's always me. Shangri-La, Sri Lanka, Sleepers, El Corazon, all of that stuff. But yeah.
And by the way, I love smelling his bald sweetie head.
You love smelling my bald sweaty head?
I love the smell. So I don't mind that.
Right. Okay, what's this lid? Now I need to find out. It's Joe's looking around. Yeah. I'll clean it up. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next week. Again, this is the new time, 7 a.m. Manila time on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday nights. So thanks, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope all is well. Emping. Yeah, salamat.